Hey, are you seriously podcasting alone?
Nah, I'm with my...
Hey, what's up?
I don't want to hear you say Nikki no more.
No, that's Meg the Stallion's diss on her.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Wasn't expecting that one. Hello, everybody. I am John, sitting here with a second John, one Priscilla. Oh, I skipped a person, and one Nicola.
Why am I
saved them for last?
Why am I last? What the hell?
Why am I last? What is this?
What you said about Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo aside.
Oh, happy Cinco de Mayo! I know. John really loves that.
We're recording this as a Cinco de Mayo. It's not dropping on Cinco de Mayo. We are the boys. Welcome to the Boys vs. Everything.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So
They're not like us.
It's complicated.
today we talking about Kendrick versus Drake. Is that true?
Yes, we are. I don't know if you guys. I mean,
More
when
like
this
Kendrick
drops,
Lamar.
terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Top draw.
I'm not exactly sure when this is gonna drop, but I'm guessing the Kendrick and Drake beef will not have stopped, or if it has stopped, that's because Drake's bitch ass will probably forfeit.
Every time we
Like he
start
did with
talking about
Pusha
like
T.
some cultural tea, there's always like more updates by the time the episode.
There was an
comes out.
update literally like last night. I was
Yeah,
like, I
like,
gotta
when we-
add this too.
When we did the Diddy one, it was like literally the day we released. That's when they were like some big shit happened, and we're like, "Fuck."
We also said Snoop Dogg got shot in the head in that.
Yes, I have to
that
say
turned
no.
out to be a lie.
I'm so pissed. I remember
Found
hearing
out that
that
was a
too.
myth.
It was a lie,
It's an
and I
urban
do
legend.
apologize.
Just like the Queen of England.
She never existed.
She never got shot 9 times.
What?
Man. But yes,
She got the
it's
50
the
Cent treatment in Britain, but she got shanked 9 times. Oh heavens! Oh,
oh no.
They don't got
get
guns
my
over there.
corgis, bitch!
What happened to her corgis? I'm
my
wondering.
loafers.
Did it get like shot in the head?
They got
Fucking
bored.
drowned
They
them.
got buried.
Drowned.
Fucking drowned him in the royal pool.
No, they shot them in the head. They put like bags over the
They
dog's
put him in the
head.
royal jacuzzi and steamed them.
Or they get the Princess Diana treatment and just get a car wreck.
The corgis stole the car.
Still
got in the car.
paparazzis. It's like, hey, what's going on?
Isn't one of the princesses like dying now? The one that had like the Photoshop.
Yes, and everybody thought she was. Everybody
Oh,
thought it was much
yeah.
more conspiratorial than it was.
Then
People
it's
thought
kinda fucked
thought
up,
she
though.
was like kidnapped, and they like used AI to generate fake pictures of
she's
her.
deathly ill.
But she's
But
just,
she just turned out to have been.
it's fine. She just has cancer. That's fucked up to say it that way. But yeah,
Guys, no CIA op here. She's just,
she just got cancer. Just like everybody. I feel like everybody's getting cancer.
So here to give us the rundown on the.
Everybody's getting cancer. Like Drake's bitch ass on this Drake versus Kendrick beef.
That was a wild transition.
All right, but
So
let's-
cancer. Oh, so Kendrick.
Move on.
So as I was saying, here to give us the rundown on the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef, a beef for the ages.
Yes. Say his last name.
Kendrick Lamar.
No,
No.
Drake.
What's his name? Bell?
Ramham?
No. John thinks his name is Aubrey Graham Bell.
Same
He's the one that
allegations, but
He invented the telephone.
Drake.
Drake Noir.
He's Canadian. It's Drake.
Drake.
We're Canadian too.
that's his royal name.
We're allowed.
So-
We're not Toronto though, so thank God.
So our token black podcast member
Thank you.
will give us the rundown on this beef
Appreciate
as
it.
the authority on the subject.
She knows all about the culture.
And then after this, John will hit us with some Cinco de Mayo facts.
I got you, man.
But yes, if you guys have been living under a rock, even if you guys don't listen to rap music, you've definitely heard Drake and Kendrick Lamar are beefing, like big beef, big beef,
Big dick beefing.
big. Did you,
J.
you
Cole
guys,
was involved, but then retracted himself quick.
Yes, but that's why we
Costco,
ignore him.
Costco Polish hot dog beef level beef.
Yes,
Big
Right.
beef.
It's a lot of coded words there.
I mean,
The beef is
Yes, I
$1.50.
know.
you seen Drake.
Coded words, but yeah, like they've been beefing, and they've been beefing for a while. I don't think people know that really much. Like up since like 2009. Well,
Since
2010. No, but that would
That's a
have been funny.
one-sided fight. The dude was in a wheelchair.
Oh my god.
Kendrick shot him. That's why. That
Oh
was
shit!
Kendrick that shot him there.
It's one of those.
It's the crackhead Lamar that came by and just shot him.
But no, it's it stems back to when Drake was on the come up. Actually, like he was getting a lot of publicity and everything, but he
When
was coming up.
when he was spitting bars with like Tech Nine and MGK.
Yeah.
Is that why he released one of those disses that sounded like he was from that era? Like when he first started rapping?
Yeah.
You know, like very dry and shit.
He was big in the Toronto scene, but he was getting bigger internationally. And Kendrick was still very much, I say small game as in because he had like overly dedicated those albums that were like slow startup
Was he
mixtapes.
K-Dot or Kendrick at that point?
I think he was much more K dot at
Okay.
that point, but he was starting up, and Drake actually heard him and was like, "Oh shit! Like I like this guy's music and everything." And he
Because he was still under 18 at the time.
Wow.
God damn it!
Wow.
I mean, we do have to put out
Wild.
Nick and I. We have our biases. We do prefer Kendrick, and we
By
don't
far.
like Drake that much.
I'm not revealing who I'm biased for.
But I
We'll put a
I-
poll at the end, which John likes which.
Let's just say I like polls.
But yeah, like Drake was at the time was impressed with what Kendrick had, and he
Who
brought
the
out.
fuck was Drake to be impressed by Kendrick?
What do you mean?
Was just like what? It needed Drake's approval or
No. But the thing is, like Drake was getting bigger arenas. Like he was playing for 10,000 people.
Oh.
Kendrick was not there yet. He was
something?
playing for
He
2,000
was playing the
people.
Staples Center.
That's like.
I mean, yeah, that's the Staples Center.
No, I
in
know,
fucking
but it's
Toronto.
funny. I know Staples kills me though. Like we have some funny names for shit.
I'm playing the Staples Center, fam.
But Crody. But he saw Kendrick and like they linked up at some point, and Drake was saying, "Yeah, like I like your shit. Do you want to come like on my album, like do on my tour?" And Kendrick was starting to get a bit. I don't think it's all attributed to Drake, obviously, but it's not like it didn't help. It helps having Drake come up, even when he was at the start on the come up. It was.
But
good to have
Drake's
his
been on
name
the
too.
radio for fucking ever. Like
Yeah.
whether he was like huge or not, he's been there. Like since I was in primary school, he's been like on the radio.
His
We hear
first
him all the
albums
time.
were also like big hits on the radio.
They were,
like, right away.
because he
Like,
was
kind of
coming
like a
up big
plant
on
type thing.
Toronto. He was like a big name in Toronto, and then like it started to shift towards the States and everything because they were like looking at him. Young Money was looking at him as well, which that was becoming a bigger label because they had big names in there too.
It was also his name from Degrassi, and then he like such a big role in Degrassi, and he was like a liked character. That it's like when he transitioned, it was like he got a lot of hate, but he was
Yeah.
still like above, even though he was getting hate. Like bad publicity is good publicity.
Good publicity, yeah.
So regardless, he was still on a higher pedestal than most people.
Yeah,
like,
he was
regardless.
smart with who he aligned
Yeah,
himself
because
with.
like regardless of if you get hate, there's always going to be those people that take opposite stands
Mm-hmm.
of other people. So
Yeah.
they'll still like be like, well, you don't like him, but I kind of like him, like and then they'll
Yeah.
like just to be the opposite, and then all of a sudden he builds like a cult fan base.
Everyone hates Nickelback, but they're still one of the greatest
Yeah.
selling records.
I agree.
That's facts.
That's facts. So yeah, Kendrick and him link up. They have it, and like things go well. Like they praise each other every now and then, and Kendrick starts becoming big as well. Like it doesn't stop there. He has Section 80. He even says that he's Drake was the only one that outside of his own group that listened to Section 80 before it dropped, which is pretty big. Which means he trusted him pretty well.
So
Like,
they were like kind of homies.
yeah, like it's funny now, but like Kendrick used to say, it's like, oh, you're the only one that's like not fake to me in this game right now and everything. Like it was like big like I don't say mentor because I don't think he mentored him because Kendrick worked a bit on Take Care, that album, because that's when Take Care was coming up, and Take Care is a big album.
But it's kind of like that thing of like keep your friends close but your enemies closer.
Maybe, yeah.
Where Drake might have been like, this dude's pretty dope, so I gotta make sure I know what this dude's got. Like
that too, but I'm also thinking I don't know how much it was Kendrick's side as well using Drake, but for now
as a stepping stool to get up there.
Yes, but for now it's like that was how that was at the time. Like they were chummy.
As a short person too, using a stepping stool would help a lot.
That should have been a bar on Drake's stuff, but he already has like 3 things about him being short. So it continues, but Kendrick's starting to get big.
Drake is tall as fuck though, no? He's like 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like him.
Bill tall as fuck. There's taller than 6 foot. There's 6 foot.
Yeah, but I mean, like compared to us.
He simply
compared
is not,
to all of us combined.
he simply is not
We're
short.
all hobbits.
We're average Canadian heights, 5'9".
Fellowship of the Ring, but with us, our dumbass.
Every time we start the podcast, we just have a ritual for short people.
We lick people's calves.
For the record, Drake is 6 feet.
Yeah, 6
On the
feet.
dot. That
On
was
the
a guess,
dot.
by the way.
On the dot. I say that
On the
because like my
K-dot.
family members are like 6 foot something. So for me, I'm like 6 foot. Yeah, it's 6 foot.
Yeah, tough shit.
But anyways, to go back to like they were chumming up, but then Kendrick drops Good Kid, Mad City, which is a big album, which gets
The
some
GOAT.
accolades. People recognize him, and he's now in the mainstream, which is pretty big. But Drake still praised him. Drake was cool with him. Drake was like, "Yeah, good job and everything." A proof of it, they even had a song on that album too, "Poetic Justice." They both sang on that too, "Poetic Justice."
And did they do a song? They also have the pool one.
Yeah, swimming pools. No, Drake is not on that.
Sure.
No, he's not on that. It's him. It's only Kendrick.
Nick,
Check
going
it
for the
out.
Fact check.
Yo, fact check. But
Background commentary with John.
fact checked.
I'll shut the fuck up.
But to continue, it's like so yeah, like things were going away. Kendrick swept at the Grammys. There was like the big upset, which I can't believe, but I feel bad for Macklemore for winning Album of the Year because he won Album of the Year. Not Good Kid, Mad City. That was the big thing at the time.
Who?
And like Macklemore like had to apologize. He didn't have to, but he
What
apologized.
album was that?
That's the most
The heist,
Macklemore thing
Macklemore.
you could do.
The heist, the one that starts with like when I was.
Where we going?
Grade, I
This
thought I was-
is a moment.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the one. Because I'm guessing it probably did a
All
lot
the
of
white
numbers.
women Zumbas are fucking loaded with that track, I tell you. You seen those like bungee cord workout classes
Yeah.
now? They blasted Macklemore.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. It probably did get more numbers, just like that. So I get it, but the thing is, it was the biggest.
Making rap safe for white women again.
But yeah, like that was big.
He was
And
waiting for the Macklemore drop.
So
He spent all night writing these lines.
entirely.
That's why he couldn't edit.
So that was big, and Macklemore like texted Kendrick even to say, "I'm sorry, this should have been to you." The thing is, he posted that too. He posted that text, and Drake got a little offended at
That's
that
actually
one too.
mad shade. I feel
don't know
like
why he
you
posted that
text, you
text.
don't like. What's the point of putting it on blast?
I don't
Not only that, but he
understand.
didn't ask.
That's the thing. I don't understand all of that either. I don't know why he posted.
He's like,
that.
look, guys, I'm so humble.
I think that's what it was. I think he tried to overcorrect something that's not even his fault. I'm legit like, you should have shut up entirely. You shouldn't even text it. You should have been like, nah, this is mine. I don't give a fuck. That's how you should have done that.
That was the start of the end of his career.
But why can't he be like, I feel like this album should have won.
No,
not mine.
he can, but the thing is, by texting
He would have pulled
Kendrick,
a Kanye.
Yeah, but by texting Kendrick specifically, just
You should have
Kendrick,
paid Kanye to come up stage and say that for you.
I don't even remember if Kanye was there at the Grammy. They might have banned him for just that. They might have been like, nah, we remember Taylor Swift. You're not there.
Is he
this
banned
year.
for life or is he just banned for a couple years?
Maybe a couple years. I have no idea. I didn't check.
I
I'm just
Because I was just
Spitballing.
gonna say they'll ban Will Smith for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock, but they'll ban Kanye for life for I don't know.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Slapper. He just
Making rap not safe for white women.
literally shaping Taylor Swift into the CIA plant she is today.
but so
He's
when
been barred. Just
what?
Ye's been barred from performing at the Grammys.
Okay, so he can't perform.
Yeah, because of his online behavior.
Guys,
Oh,
I really
that's
want to
not
know about this Macklemore shit.
Okay, but like the Macklemore stuff doesn't even
Okay,
last
but
that long. It's
I
really
will,
just
I will say it's like
because Drake responded to that.
Don't post it. Like
I know
let's
the
just deal
posting
with
was
that.
dumb.
But
I'm
why
okay
is
with
it-
the text, but the posting was stupid. I was like, you're doing too
Because
much
the
now.
posting, because I feel like the posting is for points.
Yes, it is.
It's for points. It's like,
is.
look, guys, I did the right thing.
Oh,
Yes.
wait, but did he post the DMs?
He
Yes.
yes, it's
Oh,
the DMs.
okay. I thought
Yeah.
it was like he posted, he just wrote.
No,
He made
no,
a po- no.
He posted the DMs he sent to Kendrick.
I hate when people do
and
that.
Drake in a
Private
interview got mad at that because he was just like, well, if you're gonna text any, because he was saying at first he's like, no, like just shut up and take your win. But if you're gonna apologize only to Kendrick, then you should apologize to all of us. Why are you only looking at Kendrick as if he's the winner type of deal? As in like he's the one that got
Artistic
robbed.
merit, goofball.
I know, but
Yeah.
Drake got offended.
I'm not telling you. I'm telling Drake. I'm responding.
Oh, sorry,
proactively.
Drake, if you're
Jesus
listening to
Christ,
this.
you don't have to sit here and represent Drake.
Drake finished that, and then a few years later, Kendrick dropped. Well, he doesn't drop, but he's with Big Sean on this song called "No Control." He's a feature on that, and on "No Control," it kind of like blew up because he has like this line where he specifies to like a bunch of artists, like ASAP Rocky, Drake, and I forgot Big Crit, and like other artists.
He killed it on No Control.
Yeah, it was
I
a
just
sick.
kidding.
It was really good. Like it was so good, it completely overshadowed Big Sean, unfortunately. But so he names those artists out, and he's like, "I love you all, but I'm a murder y'all," as in more like I want to showcase that I am the king of like rap and everything. Because especially with Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80, and like how he was coming up, people were labeling Kendrick as hip hop savior. Like it was that title.
That was
he was
Dre.
already getting.
That was all Dre. He was like his voice is
That's
like
the thing.
hip hop savior. That voice can do anything.
But like
and stuff
everybody
that.
else was hopping on that too, because Good Kid, Mad City was that great of
I
an
mean,
album.
you got somebody like Dre backing you like that. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. But like it was huge. It was big, and I do think that got into Kendrick's head. But in rap, you're competitive. So every artist that he called out, they were chilled with it. They were like, yeah, like he named me. Some were even flattered. They were like, oh, I'm flattered, but I'm also like the king of this, so I'm gonna get in that competitive.
I felt like the way he dropped it was like actually more like I see you guys as better than me, but I have to surpass you type thing. Instead of like I'm gonna shit on y'all.
no,
you know
that's
what
the
I mean?
thing. It
It's
wasn't
like,
a shit on.
it
Like
wasn't a diss, but
it wasn't a
Drake was
diss.
just looking for a reason to be petty because he was already petty about losing.
Drake got petty about it. He was the only one that took mad offense to it because he was like, "Oh, you dropped this. Like, I don't take it seriously. You dropped this, but next time we see each other, you're like all chill and cool." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, because he's not." It wasn't a huge diss. It was just so that happened. So this is where Drake's sneak disses start coming up on Energy and like on a bunch of other tracks. Like he starts like giving out like either like height shit or like talking mad shit about like always like little lines every sprinkled in that album about Kendrick. Always like kind of talking about like, oh, like this is like you just put like one song out just to like blow Twitter up, but I got like a body of work. Like he keeps repeating that a lot into interviews and other stuff like that, but he never fully name drops Kendrick. Never does.
You're talking about Cole, right? Cole?
No,
Drake.
like Drake like directly going
Because
after
it's
Kendrick.
weird that like you say that, but then in I think the J. Cole diss, he says you've released like 4 albums in 12 years type thing.
J. Cole, yeah. J.
Yeah.
Cole says that.
So it's like it's funny that you say that, and then it's like at the same time J. Cole saying the same shit.
Well, because like for Drake has been like prolific still. Like he was dropping album on album on album almost like every 1-2 years.
He does it like every year and a half too.
That's
and
the
sometimes
thing.
2 times in 1 year.
And that's the thing, because Kendrick had only dropped 2 albums, really. 2 albums that are recognized publicly. There was other 2 albums, but they were like akin to EPs, like
Yeah, there was the Untitled one.
Exactly.
There was, To Pimp a
Overly
Butterfly.
dedicated.
To Pimp a Butterfly went crazy though.
yeah, but that was not there
that
yet.
was after. Okay.
Exactly. So like
So he really just picked that with Kendrick because of the Macklemore thing and nothing else, really.
because of the No Control thing, when No Control dropped, because that was
okay.
a song, and Kendrick was basically being like, "Oh, I'm the king. I'm issuing basically like I'm also
Okay.
part of you guys now, and I'm there to beat you guys."
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what he was pissed, but he took it much more personally than the other guys. The other guys are like, "Nice, added competition." Drake was just
Why the fuck is Drake gonna take it over anybody?
Because Drake knows. Drake knows that he's the real competition. Like Drake,
He turns to his fucking table of 20 writers and being like, "You heard that, right, guys?"
wait a second, we're getting there. So stuff happened, it continues, and
Guys, get the notepads. We got something to write today.
We're typing as fast as we can, Drake.
No, go faster.
They're
I'll
all
put
Jewish.
my cock on you. They're all Jewish writers, of course.
Jesus Christ. So it continues, like Jake drops subliminals, Kendrick hits back with some subliminals as well, because it's not a full out
it's
fight.
kind of a Cold War.
Exactly, because it's not a full out fight.
Cold War of rap.
Thanks for bringing history onto this. But yes, it's not a full out war. It's not there. But people are taking notice. They're like, oh yeah, there's definitely a beef going on. And then Drake drops his arguably best album. If you're reading this, it's too late.
Hotline Bling.
Huh?
Hotline Bling.
No,
That's views.
that's views. But I say arguably best because Kendrick was getting respect from like kind of everybody, while Drake was getting respect, but not from like old heads or like people who took lyricism very seriously. They thought he was just a pop artist and everything. But when he dropped If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, that's when you saw really like real meat on the lyrics. There's like some bite to it. And especially when he had that fight with Meek Mill, when he dropped Back to Back, which was a really good diss, that really got everybody being like, oh, there's some newfound respect for you. But Kendrick knew he was dropping If You're Reading This, so he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly not too long after, which was a big blow because, again, that album is recognized as like one of the best.
Oh, like artistically?
Yeah,
Destroyed
artistically,
everything.
production wise, everything. And
That is the bee's knees.
what's funny is because Drake was being like, oh, well, he doesn't have a body of work. He only has like really one album that people taking care of. I need to see consistency. So Kendrick dropping that was a pretty big blow.
Fuck yeah, man. To Pimp a Butterfly. And fucking with George Clinton's on that, right?
Yeah.
George Clinton, Thundercats on that as well.
Thundercats on that.
Insane.
It's
Just
beautiful.
Here's the thing, though.
It
You
was
can
probably
go through
one of
all. You can go through all his albums and listen like top to bottom for Kendrick.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can't do that shit with Drake.
No, you cannot.
No.
Like, there's some good bops and there's some good songs that I
Yeah,
really like from
but
Drake.
not album wise.
not full on
solid.
album. I can't do a full album of one like a Drake. But maybe
I
except
feel like you
Take
can't
Care,
listen
but-
to one album. Like, let's say, like you're for 2 weeks, you're like, this is the album that I want to listen to. You listen to one of his albums for like 2 weeks, you're like, I never want to listen to this ever again. You know, but like Kendrick, you'll listen to it for like a week, and then you'll be like.
I need to
Sometimes you'll get like
digest
that itch to like,
Yeah.
you know, like I need that song specifically. You'll go back to it, you know. But like you don't never
Like,
get that
Good
from Drake.
Kid,
There's
Mad
only
City.
like one song
Yeah,
in a
I
whole
still
album.
come back to that
Dude,
one.
I
too.
still do like
I
if
like
I'm doing
Section
a long
80 too.
drive, I'll put the whole album on, just like listen
Yeah,
to that.
that's
It's
good.
fucking
I mean, it is actually ironically To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn.
same.
Yeah. Damn,
Except-
is so
except
good.
you-
I
He
love
hates
Damn.
Damn. He hates Damn. It was-
Kendrick?
Yeah, it's one of his like the album that he's least proud of.
I think because there is like some inconsistency there, but I really love Damn. I think it's his most vulnerable. Well, other than Big Steppers Morale, actually, that's the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
But that was second vulnerable. But to get back to what I was saying, when he dropped that, that's when in the midst of all that. So if you're reading This Is Too Late and To Pimp a Butterfly were there, people were getting notice that they were beefing. Now they were starting to do I'd say unfair comparisons between those two albums because it drops, around the same time. So now they're like, oh, who's against who? But I was just like, you can't compare if you're reading this to Pimp the Butterfly. It's genuinely different. I'm not even hating on Drake. I'm just saying, like, honestly, that was a different vibe altogether. It's not on the same level playing field. It's apple to oranges.
I'm pretty sure he had like 3 songs that were like pretty deep on the Drake album, but then after that,
but
the rest
is
were
more
it was catered
bangers,
to clubs,
pretty
bangers.
good. But it's good. It's a
Like,
really
if
good
you
album.
if you compare the release timeline, like the To Pimp a Butterfly was like very like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and everybody was talking about it. And then like we would sprinkle a little bit of Drake into it. Like sometimes people would talk about like the Drake release. But then it's like afterwards, the one that like kind of lasted longest to like the bangers that like even resurfaced like months after was the Drake like bangers, like club bangers.
Yeah, and
like,
the back-to-back.
It came
That one's
back
good.
and it did like club hits and it did like big like for the summer and shit like that,
That's the thing.
That's where it was hitting.
That's
but
why I
the Pimp a
was
Butterfly was like very like it got you deep, like
Yeah,
It's like you in your car.
yeah.
Listen
You in your
to-
car, like
you
driving
guys
home
all
at
do
night.
a Drake and drive, which I've heard being said, which is really funny. It's
A
a
Drake and
term.
drive.
It's a term that like a Drake and drive. That's what they call it. Like you put on some Drake songs and you just drive. I don't know why it's specified to Drake, but it's a Drake and drive.
Is it because Drake is like the more in my feelings
Yeah, I'd
type
say.
of
Yeah,
rap
yeah.
artist?
I find Kendrick is a way more in my feelings
Me-
artist.
But you can't.
but
let's
like-
say-
The thing is, Drake is a lot more like in my feelings about a girl or something.
Yeah, Kendrick is in my feelings about my own
My life
existential
fucking
crisis.
sucks.
Yeah.
the best way to explain
I
it
saw
is
some shit growing up.
if you don't know, like let's say you're with a girl you never met. You'll prefer
You put a
playing
Drake.
Drake
Yeah.
over
Backstreet.
Kendrick because then you'll be
freestyle.
yeah. Kendrick is more for the
play,
boys.
Play actual To Pimp a Butterfly, and if
Honestly,
she can,
yeah.
if she can not
If she vibes
look at
to
you
it.
weirdly for the first 30 seconds of that song, you know that
Wesley's,
slow like intro.
Yeah. Wesley's. What's his name?
She'd be
But-
like, "Damn, this dude deep."
yeah, that she's a keeper. But so that happens, and like I said, like it's apples to oranges. I don't find it fair that they compare, but that was the only two they could compare at the time. This is when the first big blow to Drake comes out because people didn't know that he had ghostwriters. People did not know at that time, and that's when that dropped. That dropped there in the middle of that.
I mean, isn't there that one album where it's his dad writing? Isn't it kind of obvious? Ghost writers, his dad's dead.
No, his dad's not dead. Drake's dad's not dead.
For real?
No, he's not
I
dead.
mean, he's absent. So
Well, no. He's literally not absent. He's not
Well,
dead.
he was absent when it counted. Now he's there. That's all I'm saying.
he's there when he's betting $3
That's
million
what I'm
on
saying.
crabs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so yeah, it's like that dropped. So that was a massive blow because
So his dad wasn't there for the Degrassi era.
I don't think so. No.
Degrassi money.
Like, fuck this.
Well, when he started seeing money, I think that's when his dad.
He wasn't there when Drake did blackface.
What?
When he had stopped him.
That's the one that.
Yeah.
That's literally the picture that
I'll get
Pusha
to that.
T
I'll get to
used
that. Don't
for-
spoil you little shit. I'll get to that. So that drops. That gets big, and Kendrick says in an interview, he says like, "Hey, like, if you want to call yourself like the best rapper, you can't be having ghostwriters. It's like you can make great music, but just don't expect that title." So he was also starting to drop that shit too, and I think this is where like the demeanor and the shift started coming in because Kendrick was now being known for being the conscious rapper.
Was that in King? Was that a King Kunta thing?
King Kunta, yes.
Yeah, that's where he called it out.
There you go. It's
I remember
King
that
Kunta
verse.
for that.
Oh, okay, that was about Drake.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So he was starting to do the Drake thing of dropping subliminals too. But you at least knew directly that Kendrick was starting to shift a lot his views on him. And Drake was doing this weird thing of being always praising Kendrick in the public eye. So, because like with Piff and Public Eye, Kendrick won the Grammys as well and everything. So he was praising. Drake was like, yeah, like, hey, congrats. We're both on the, like, we got our shit too because he won a lot of awards as well. And he was like, this is all good. This is all cool. But then while rapping, he would also throw out more subliminals against Kendrick, talk shit about him, talk shit about like, oh, I'm in Compton, they like me more, they like you, like I represent them, I think like I won over your city instead of you type of shit, because like people from LA liked him too a lot. And he's like, don't forget, I'm the one that put you on the spot as well, talking about all those LA tours that he brought Kendrick along at first too. So he was doing all of that, but then praising him on the internet and everything. So it was like giving very like, what do you do? This is where I'm like, Drake wants to have his cake and eat it too, where he wants to be able to talk shit, but he doesn't want the bigger shit that it entails. Like,
That's
he
what
still
I
wants
was
friends.
saying before the podcast, where it was like, he's willing to talk shit. Like, that's why the subliminal thing comes
Yeah.
in, where he's willing to talk shit, but he's not willing to like face the music when it comes to like in person. So then once he gets a little bit cool, or he knows he's gonna see him soon, he's like, "But I love you, I love you."
But what if, seeing how he doesn't write his own songs, what if he actually has no fucking idea that he's talking shit about Kendrick?
He's still rapping.
real.
He's not AI.
I've heard
what-
that theory.
What if he just reads his shit? He's like an actor. He reads his thing. He
Yeah, but at
spits the
some
verse,
point.
and then people are like, "Oh, yo, mad shit against Kendrick," and he's just like, "What?"
He's like, what did I say?
Like,
You
it's
do
just
it
a
for like
fuck- what
almost
if-
17 years. Eventually, you're gonna know what you're saying.
No, but like, what if like, because he's been doing it for so long.
I ain't playing no tricks. A guy like Drake like big dicks. Wait, who wrote this?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
No, but for real,
What?
like, just a fucking day job. You know?
Yeah, he works at the Farmer Pre. Works at Chopper's Drug Mart. Didn't you see started from the bottom?
Started from the bottom where he's he's working there. I love that too much. But yeah, I've heard of that theory before, even though it's a hilarious theory. That would be really funny.
The thing is,
He's like a news anchorman.
Yeah, but
He's
that's the
just
thing.
reading
he's just
from the teleprompter.
He's just spitting the fucking bars, and like that's it.
But yeah, so like all of that happens. Kendrick is getting more and more like focused on his attacks to him, especially in like the Heart Part 4, where he's starting to drop like warnings to Drake, being like, I'm ready to start an actual beef with you. But Drake is like back and forth, being kind of cold and hot.
I love that you did the fucking cracky voice as well.
Sorry. But so like that happens, and then towards 2020, like things fizzle out. There's no clear winner. There's not
a
even
pandemic.
a fight. Yeah, I mean,
We're
yeah.
dealing with other shit.
Yeah, they're dealing with other shit. So there's a fight, and like Kendrick dropped like "Damn," that also got accolades.
Dropped his COVID bars.
He dropped that, but then like it fizzled out a bit. Like there's no.
Well, also
like,
Kendrick disappeared for a minute. Like,
yeah, Kendrick was also like not there, and Drake was on the rise.
Yeah, because
dropping-
Damn was like pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Morale was like 2022.
That's the thing,
We're
is like
looking at-
afterwards. That's the thing. But like Drake was still, on the like even more on the rise, rising more and more
Yeah,
with his
God's
albums.
Plan.
Yep.
That other one that came out like that summer.
Honestly, Nevermind, I think, right? Was that Honestly Never? Scorpion,
Yeah.
Kiki, Do You Love Me? There was that one.
He
Kendrick was
released-
on his like Chance the Rapper moment, where it's like just gets
Oh,
married,
Chance,
turns to God.
Chance. But I would
Oh,
argue
married quotations.
he was on the rise. He had a little hiccup when he had a fight with Pusha T, who immediately wiped him with Story of Adidon.
It was nice for what? That's what I was thinking of.
a nice one, yeah.
Wait, so
That's
Pusha
part of
T-
Scorpion, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was just a single.
Yeah, but it's part of Scorpion.
okay.
Dude, but if Pusha T like dissed him and didn't get dissed back,
He did. He got this back, but then
No,
his-
Pusha
his-
T did put the final nail, and Drake
Exactly,
didn't
yeah.
respond.
Like, he started the jab.
He hit him with
Got-
a Rey Mysterio 619.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise child.
he hit him with a surprise child. He said, "Here you go, bitch. You deadbeat motherfucker. You
was-
got a kid."
It was pretty much like he dropped the one, Drake dropped one, and then he dropped the final. Like,
Exactly.
he just
the final.
dropped the like, okay, now you got a PR nightmare.
He
Like,
dropped Drake in blackface.
so,
Yeah.
so Pusha T won.
that's the one I was
beef.
talking
He
about.
won the beef.
So Pusha
It's
T
literally
is
the cover of
greatest
Story of
rapper.
Adidon.
Pusha T is the greatest rapper of all
But
time.
that's the
guys.
thing, because Pusha T dropped that, and then it fizzled out after like the big thing with his son, and then Drake having to showcase his son as well. It fizzled out because I think Drake's fan base never really cared. even though we can all agree that Pusha T definitely won that one,
John's
it
looking-
fizzled out because Pusha T.
John's looking at the
compared-
cover of the story of Adidon.
Yeah.
It's Drake in full blackface.
I'm trying to remember. I think the story was like he had to do this for like a class. I'm
It was,
trying to remember. I don't want to say
it was
too
like
much.
a TV. It was almost like a TV show, like a
Yeah.
kids TV show.
But I think it was about blackface, or it was about like race
Yeah. He was
specifically.
He was probably like a kid who did blackface and then like, no, Timmy, that's not good.
Yeah,
And he
something like that.
He learns the lesson by
like
the
a
end
dare,
of the
but for
So he's a white
racism.
kid becoming. He's playing a white kid.
Because he's got that like typical like Disney pose, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's pretty bad. Well,
You're gonna
we
put this
thought it was the worst thing somebody could say about it.
I have the
Give it a
strong
second.
suspicion that John's about to put this in his background.
But we had it for with our president too. But
Oh yeah. But him is because it was a black and white picture, and he was supposed to be Indian.
Indian.
He was in
no
blackface.
Arab. Yeah,
he was in
full
blackface. There's pictures in color of that too.
Justin Trudeau. We have black
Justin
and white.
Trudeau's
color.
blackface.
But yeah,
I love it. I got that when I was hot off the presses. I was working overnight at
like,
the
woo.
convenience store.
He still had that
Newspaper came in at 4 a.m. I looked at it. It's the front page. I started fucking dying of laughter. I was like, this is hilarious.
Hope
But
you frame
to
that
get
shit. It's gonna be
back-
worth millions.
But so Pusha T drops the big bomb that he has a kid. Drake gets away from that, not totally unscathed, but he can slide out of there pushing pop albums and getting more money and all of that. But it left a chink in his armor. I feel like it left a pretty
definitely-
big
You
chink.
can't say that, Priscilla.
A chink in his heart.
It left. I feel like the impression
sure.
was if you're gonna diss Drake, you like he won't fight back that much. You know,
Yeah. Well, man, after Meek Mill, he won against Meek Mill, and pretty.
Meek Mill's losing right now.
Yeah, but
He's
at
on
the
a
time he
real bad
wasn't.
More like weak mill.
At the time he wasn't.
More like bottom mill.
Kind of meek mill.
No. So okay. Anyways, towards 2020, things die down a bit. Kendrick is in
play the
hibernation. Drake is still on the rise up and everything, and then Kendrick comes back with big steppers, big raw and everything. The beef seems to start up a little, the subliminals, but nothing happens until there's that song with Drake and J. Cole. I forgot the name already because I don't think it's that memorable. So it's a good song, but I didn't really give a fuck about it. But in 2023, J. Cole says, oh, like, it's big three, me, including himself, Drake, and Kendrick, as the big three of rap right now.
The big three friends.
The big three friends, the big good friends.
Yay.
It's like a little kids show a bit almost. It's funny. So Kendrick, who never likes being compared to
I think it said.
Would it have been first person shooter?
first person shooter,
Okay.
that's the one.
I
First
think it
person
said
shooter.
fuck the big three. It's just big me.
Yeah, Kendrick. Yeah. So Kendrick got woken up. Kendrick, after dropping Morale, got woken up again.
Priscilla has to finish that line.
He got woken up, and then like a fury, it just starts unloading entirely on like fuck.
He was taking his shit on his golden throne. He's like, I'm writing the fuck out of this.
Yeah, and again with the most
It was
notable
like it
lyrics.
was the rap equivalent of killing John Wick's dog.
Wow.
That's what happened here.
You know what though?
honestly, yeah.
You know what
People
though?
are saying I'm back. I'm thinking I'm back.
Well, what I do like though is that Kendrick literally talks about this shit in some of his songs. Where like he's talking about like these insecurities and shit. Where it's like, nah, bitch, like I'm not gonna let like I'm gonna let this beefy shit this petty shit hit me. You know?
Yeah.
I forget. There's that one where it's like he's talking about like maybe I'm not mature enough to understand why people could.
Yeah.
Kanye and Drake could be friends again.
He's
all
been,
this shit.
it's like twice he mentioned how Kanye like squashed his beef with Drake. Nah, I'm not there yet. And this is like, I think that's what people, because like Joe Budden said this, people were mocking him at the time. He's like a big rap podcast dude, and he was like, no,
He used to be a rapper.
He used.
Let's talk about that one.
Sure, but I mean, yes, but he was talking about how Drake and Kendrick, because people thought it was done, but he was sure that Drake and Kendrick was not done yet, or at least one part was not done yet, and Kendrick wasn't done
But
yet.
Drake kind of, I don't know what's up with that guy, but like he got involved with the beef with the Pusha T, which like fractured his
Kanye.
relationship with Kanye.
Yeah, but
because
Kanye is
that's
the one that told Pusha T that
about
he had
the
his kid.
allegedly.
Yeah.
But then after that, less than a couple months later, they're still talking about having a collab. So like he flip flopped back to like Kanye, and then Kanye shit all over him again,
Yep.
and even dissed him. So it's like, and then it's like, okay, well, how many times are you gonna be a sucker? You know what I mean? Like,
It's sad that like rap artists run the rap game like Girl World.
Legit. It literally
It
is.
can't even be like, because like the thing is like
It
between
is.
bros, it's like, oh, I got a problem with you. I'll tell you I got a problem with you. I'm not gonna do this sneak dissing shit.
I don't know. I so sometimes I think guys do the same thing too. But like even like you are right with the rap. It is about that. It's all about some petty shit. Now 90s rap could get you killed, but
the
like
guys in rap got bitch tendencies.
But this was Girl World, and in Girl World things were done differently.
Because none of
You
these
wrote a diss
motherfuckers.
track.
none
on
of these people
October
got
3rd we
guns.
wear like the blood shirt. But no, that's the thing. It's like
On
it's
May
a lot
5th, we
of
wear
that, but
sombreros.
I wanted to talk about their history at first because I think it's indicative on how this beef right now is being conducted. As Drake always seems to be like the like hitting back and everything, but wanting so hard to not only keep it friendly, but to always be a part of the group. I feel like Drake
He's
has
Canadian at heart. Come on.
yeah, but it's also like he has identity issues.
Yeah, he's trying to be like that.
Drake
I'm a
has, like-
Toronto gangster, and then all of a sudden at the same time trying to be like, but I'm so
I'm
friendly
talking
and
about
rap."
deeper
I need
than
a
that.
Max Ween.
I'm talking about deeper than that. I'm talking
wants to
about
be
like
mad.
race. No, I'm talking about like race specifically. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he doesn't think he's black enough in some parts. Maybe he thinks he's too white in some parts, or he's not white enough.
Well,
He
it's
has a
also the
lot
way-
of that.
The way he grew up is very like,
White. He
Yeah,
he grew up with his white mom.
and it's the suburbs and it's the nice
suburbs, yeah.
neighborhood and all this shit.
Exactly.
And he's trying to
Borderline
represent
Disney actor.
people that aren't like that. But at the same time though, it is like the Eminem effect where like a lot of the people that are from that part of the world, like nice suburbs and shit, do listen to his music.
Yeah, but that's because
Eminem was
is
from
white.
the hood.
I'm
Eminem
saying-
is- but Drake
I'm
too
saying-
has
I'm
that
saying-
shit too.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
I'm
a
saying
lot of white
Drake
fans,
has the Eminem effect where
Yeah.
like being from there brings those people, like I think a lot of the people that listen to Drake are suburban people.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, like
definitely.
that's
Well, because he's pop also.
have the same like identity thing where like they want to be like, oh, this is what the ghetto listens to, and listen to Drake, thinking, well, Drake,
I'm a part of that too. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But then
but Drake is not at all a part of
but
that.
the people from
Eminem's
that-
actually a lot more a part of that.
Yo,
than-
Eminem is like that's
Well, 'cause
why
he
he got
grew
so
up
much
in
respect.
Detroit
He's
and
like
shit,
one of
yeah.
the blackest white artists there is. Like he grew up worse than the black people. You know, it's like dude.
I wouldn't say out of all of them, but yeah.
But I mean, he was like a white guy in a black neighborhood, and then like also like
in
it's
Detroit.
yeah the problems that
Yeah.
came up with that.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. But yeah, so like that has that too. But then you have Kendrick on the other side, who's now, and I love him, but he's been propped up so much as like this genius god that he's definitely believing his own hype.
Wait, who?
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Yeah.
And he has a big he's a big moralizer. Like
That
he's-
explains the like the diamond Jesus crown he wore.
That's
at
the thing.
Grammys.
Like he's very in his own moralizing high horses as well. So you got these two like kind of hitting each other on this, where Drake, there's a big part of him that wants to be recognized by Kendrick as like a peer, and Kendrick now too high on his high horse.
he just ain't humble no more.
Yeah, like is being like, nah, like fuck you, and now being angrier. He also has the same problem as Kanye, where Kanye also is saying is like, oh man, this motherfucker's like rich, even richer than us, and like has bigger status and money and everything, even though we look at him a bit as like a culture vulture as well and everything. It's like they're also being like, like, are you popular because you big or because of your skin? Like
He definitely big.
We talking about that shit.
John every now and then is like, don't forget Drake's big dick.
No, John just.
I'm just saying
talks.
we haven't seen Kendrick's.
Kendrick needs
We
to
don't really know who won.
all of John's commentary is about Drake's cock.
Drake's cock. So,
Damn.
This podcast is brought to you by Drake's Cock. Subscribe now and get a monthly dose of Drake's Cock.
so to get back on the timeline, first person shooter.
Text stop to stop receiving pictures of Drake's Cock.
Stop. So yeah, on the timeline, so first person shooter drops, and J. Cole is on this with Drake saying, basically praising. All he did, J. Cole, was just being like, "Hey, we're the big three. We're all good friends, and we're all the big guys.
We're the big three friends of the rap game.
Kendrick woke up to be like, "Fuck y'all. There's no big three, only big me," which the bigger meme on that one, and the like that he has on that, which I love. I love that shit.
But the
Whenever he does like the it's directly aimed at Drake's, type of way of singing.
But I
as
think
well,
we said
whenever
that.
he does
I think I said that on another episode. But
Go.
there was a clip of him, but also like a quote of him, like both together, that were kind of like answers to each other, where he was like asked like, "What do you have to do in all this beef?" And he was pretty much like, and also in his apologies, he was pretty much like, I got into the beef to get the streams up, and then I'll apologize and get my streams up. Then I'll go on tour and apologize for it and get my streams up. And so he's just all of this for the clout.
For Cole,
and then
you
for Cole. And then as soon as like it got like too deep, and then he knew like after the second or third banger, he's like, I'm out.
That's the thing is like,
let me walk with my dignity.
because after
Now he's
that
playing ball with
started,
Adam Sandler.
the first the first diss was from Cole with 7-minute drill. Problem with that one is like the most memorable lines were taken from Jay-Z when he had beef with Nas. Those were his most memorable lines coming in. But so people were like, so you're dropping this, which was kind of weak. Same stuff as like, oh, Kendrick, you're short. But then also saying like Kendrick's body of work wasn't amounting to shit, which one, objectively, you can't even say that.
It's a lie.
But two, you were just praising him, and people know Cole to be Kendrick's biggest fan as well. So all of that sounded fake as hell, which is why for me, that's why I was like, I'm glad he stopped, even if it was to get the streams up. I'm also like, either way, anything you would have said to Kendrick would have sounded fake because you were literally just praising him. You were saying how much you love this music.
He put himself in a very non-memorable position, so that
Exactly.
he's talked about, but he's also not going to be the main focus of the beef. So that they'll still be like, let me see that 7-minute drill, get the streams up, and then they'll be like, okay, well, he's still on my playlist. So
Well,
let me listen.
One thing I was annoyed is that no one, like, I like both of them, and at no point in my life have I ever been like, oh, I would love to hear them beef. Like when I
that's the
heard
thing.
that, I was like, like I don't want this.
I mean, do you like
No.
the beef? Do we really give a fuck? Like
No.
half of the time, like it's fun to talk about, and it's like it's enjoyable.
I
to
didn't
make
even give a
fun
fuck
of.
about the beef.
But
I
it's
was
like,
gonna.
I just happy that now they're releasing music faster. You know,
It's been entertaining.
that's all I give a fuck
It's basically
about.
been entertaining.
But I
They're
don't.
releasing singles every week. Like,
These-
I'm okay with that.
Thing is, between like Kendrick and Drake, it's more interesting.
Yeah.
But, like J. Cole has never been that like. Again, he's like that. How do you say?
He's that one painter in the park.
He's a very
that you like to walk by.
humble and like
The
love.
memes have been glorious.
It's like a love yourself kind of guy. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
The memes have
literally
been
like
like,
one of the
oh,
guys you see
he's
at a
now
park.
J. Cole right now is on his like in his garden watering his flowers, looking at the sun and smiling.
Probably
kill me.
with
He's
a
like-
bad bitch on his side.
He has his family and kids. He's doing all right.
Does he
like
have
I remember-
kids?
Yeah, he has kids.
He has a family.
He's 40.
He goes to New York Park sometimes, play some basketball.
Yeah, he's like playing basketball. Yeah, like those memes have been hilarious.
Or you
But
see him on a bike downtown.
that's the thing. The point is for me,
nice.
I
He's on
was
his
just
Tyler, the
like
creator shit.
J. Cole for me, personally, I was like, I don't think you really match up to these two. Personally. But it was also like, even if you were in the beef, we're paying attention to Kendrick and Drake because those are the main headliners. You would be the like the awkward third wheeler. It would be so awkward because you drop something, we'd be like, oh, okay, cool, he dropped, but then Drake would drop, so then we focus more, and then we have to obviously listen a lot to Kendrick because he'd be against both of them.
I feel like his numbers, since he's like very known for being like a he hops on features, but no
That's the
features.
thing.
Nobody hops on his features.
Yeah, he doesn't do
So
features.
he's already known as like a solo dolo type guy, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're gonna be like,
Solo
you're gonna be like, oh,
dolo.
let
I
me
haven't heard that in a long
fucking
time.
pick a side here. Like, no, bro, like he's like a humble disser. Like
That's the
he'll
thing.
humbly diss you, but then he'll like low key suck your dick after. You know, like
What? Why you making it, dude? That was weird. Fuck.
What?
Why you gonna make J. Cole
low key
do-
what he did. No, he dissed him and then immediately said, I kind of like you guys.
He didn't suck
I
his dick.
love
He just
it.
apologized.
Kendrick, you the meanest. Let me get a look at that penis.
Nice.
Damn, you
Again,
a genius.
Drop in on this.
Again, John, just
John's
here
just
for the
dropping
cock
it.
jokes.
Honestly, yeah.
As soon as
Third.
I
Can
said,
we have a
cock,
timer?
you heard the light bulb go off. I'm like, what the fuck?
I find the lack of cock in the normal episodes
Outstanding.
disturbing.
So that drops.
Oh yeah, we passed May the 4th. It was Star Wars Day yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Fucking May the 4th.
We're getting
sure,
on
we
fucking
did-
Star
we
Wars
did
right
that.
now.
Well, I just said May. That's
about
why
to
I
make
find
it
your
all-
lack of cock disturbing. That was a Star Wars joke. It was a Darth
missed
Vader
it.
joke.
You missed it. But to get back to what we were saying, when J. Cole dropped 7-minute drill, he said all that and everything, but people were like, okay. And not even, I think, like 2-3 days later, he apologized for it. He apologized publicly to Kendrick about it. He's like, I don't want to do all that and everything. And if we
This feels like Macklemore all over again. Is it me or does it not? Like
DM'd Kendrick again, he's like, my
post
bad.
Kendrick, I'm sorry.
But he did that. He apologized.
Really think he won the beef.
He won the beef. He apologized and then deletes it. So Cole's out of the game.
Wait, 7-minute drill is deleted?
Yeah.
Well, you can find that as a podcast
You'll
on Spotify.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Somebody uploaded it as a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Why are you putting them
you'll
on
find
blast? Now we can't listen to 7-minute drills anymore. We're literally
Do
going to
you
be on
want to
Spotify.
listen to 7-minute drill? It was bad.
No,
It wasn't. It
but
wasn't
to talk shit about
particularly
it,
good.
man.
It
On
was
the way
like a
back
startup
home.
to something.
It wasn't even 7 minutes.
What?
It wasn't even 7 minutes long.
What was it, 5 minutes?
It's like 3 minutes long.
Because I think 7-minute drill was a start, and he was actually gonna drop something like 7 minutes probably.
No,
Because
it
sometimes
was-
it's like little. Boop.
It was his writing process. He said he put a 7-minute timer and wrote.
Oh,
what he
to
wrote,
to
and
write
then he
that.
rapped.
Well, it shows.
Yeah, exactly. He literally did the old school like rapper, like freestyle thing. Where
That's
you
the
just put
thing,
a clock
which
down and then you write.
It's
you're done.
sweet. It's sweet that he did that.
It's
It shows
cute.
how old he is.
Yeah, it's
but
cute.
it's a new
It's
man's
humble.
game. Sorry.
Like I said, he's
But-
the sweet guy.
John's trying to make us move along so we can talk about cock some more.
So let's get back on.
Let's bring back Cox.
Let's
so we
get,
can
let's
bring back
get, let's
John.
Guys,
let,
we're like at the tip of
let's-
the action.
let's bring back Cox.
That's another cock reference.
I know. Let's. Speaking of Cox, we are going to Drake's first response.
It's
to
about
it,
to get hard.
which is push-ups.
Big Mama.
Which is push-up. Which is
It was a long
better.
response.
It's push-ups. God damn it! Push-ups. Push-ups. I'm trying to say
It was a long response.
push-ups.
You know what push-ups in the morning?
Push-ups. Push-ups. Yes. Yeah.
You fucking quit while you're ahead, bro.
I think I've said push-ups 5 times. Drake's song. His response.
That was a big cock hitting that gong right there.
Okay.
That was a fucking hammer right there.
Huge. That wasn't a hammer. That was a slinky. That was a full-on slinky. Anyway, so he comes up with push-ups. Push-ups is pretty good. It's a pretty good diss. Good solid like. I call it like the light jabs, as in like a good way to start like to tissue finger.
A couple of push-ups before the fight.
Exactly.
Break a sweat.
So I just wanted to read like some of the lines I particularly find good, or like, you know, some that are like it's low blows but it's pretty funny still, like how the fuck you big stepping with size 7 men's on. I thought that was kind of cute and funny. There's some others like where he specifically talked. This one I'm like half just because he talks about a time that Kendrick did like that feature with Taylor Swift and
Bad
Blood, exactly. And he says, you better do that motherfucking show inside that biddy. Maroon 5 needs a verse. You better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top says drop. Top being Top Dog Entertainment, which was his, he was signed under that label before. You better drop and give him 50. Pick Sweep, pipe down. You ain't no big 3. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. All people he's cool with, type of thing that he was trying to showcase. So I thought that
What
those
does
were pretty
wipe
good.
down mean?
Well, when they wiped you out.
Kind of
Those,
like they want to lick.
Yeah, well, I always saw it as like they washed you. They're better than you. Like they wipe you out.
I
type
thought
of
it was
thing.
like they.
I thought like
They
they
wanna
wiped
use
his
you.
ass, like
It could be that too.
like they made him clean. Not made him clean, but
Travis?
like no. But I mean like
Savage.
No, but
like took care of him.
Oh,
I'm trying to say it in that way, like a baby.
maybe.
You know, like you're being babied, you're being wiped out.
Maybe.
you know?
But you know
the way I see it is because he said drop and give him 50. So he's like, you're being like when he says bark, and then he's like, well, guess what? These rappers also need you to bark for them. You know, like so like
Maybe.
If
Yeah,
you're,
I
if
could
you're,
see that too.
if you're a certified hood person, send an email
Send an email
to
please.
the podcast, bvpodcast@gmail.com.
can't I just say though his features like on with Maroon 5 and all that are fucking good. So like say what you want that he does features with them. Like it's
That's
nice
fair.
as
What you
features.
I didn't even know he had features
Me,
with Maroon 5.
honestly,
Yeah,
I
me
didn't
neither.
even. When I saw the Maroon 5, I was like, "Fuck!" I don't even remember
Nick is a
that.
certified Maroon 5 fan.
I like Maroon 5.
I like Maroon 5. Well, like before.
if I
Anyway,
see Kendrick with
I don't wanna go
Coldplay,
to
I'm gonna leave.
Just because he sexts like a 12-year-old doesn't mean you can't like his music.
But
See, I don't even know about that shit.
There's a whole story.
I have
that's
no
a
idea.
whole story
We'll,
too.
we'll talk about it later.
Off the podcast.
But that's the thing.
Ask
is-
about it at the end.
But so it's so all of that was mentioning how when he did those songs with like Taylor Swift and Maroon 5, because the reason he says that it's because Kendrick often speaks on how Drake is a pop guy and blah blah blah. So it was like a bit like, well, you
he's
did
from
it too.
Canada. He's not gonna say soda. It's pop.
Oh my god,
that was it.
Oh
That was
my
the
God.
daddiest joke
My
I've ever heard.
god. So
Popping that fucking cock.
damn. Hey, number
That's what
6, I think.
You wanted it?
he's back.
Number 5.
You get a gong every time the cock hits the gong every time I make a cock joke.
I'm just adding a bit more where he says like, what the fuck is this? A 20v1 nigga? What's a prince to a king? He's a son nigga. I can say nigga, I'm black.
She's Haitian.
Get more love in the city that you from, nigga. And that's my favorite line. Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums, nigga.
We appreciated that.
I love
About that line,
fucking
actually, I told
for
John
it.
this, and he didn't know.
I
this
didn't
in
know the
car.
context.
Oh,
The-
okay.
That line is actually there was somebody in his crowd
Mm-hmm.
that was like Metro was not playing songs, like he was just talking. He's like the guy in the crowd yelled. He was like, Metro, shut the fuck up and play some drums. And then he's like, I heard that, and that's what he's talking about.
Oh shit, that's
Show- was
funny
that-
though.
Whose show was that for?
That was Metro's
That was
song.
Metro's own
Metro's show. But he was just talking, like, you know how like sometimes they just sit there and they just talk about life or whatever, and they're just talking about whatever. And then
so
he
they're
was
like,
like,
shut up and play.
yeah, and then the guy was like, shut the fuck up and play some drums, Metro.
Yeah.
But
was
yeah,
the
that
backstory
is
to
my favorite line because that shit just killed me. Because he had all this smoke for everybody. Because when he says 20v1, a lot of people came out of the woodworks to now start dissing on him too, like A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross for some damn reason. I don't know why
That was
this
the
man.
lamest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
That was
guy
like an old
doing?
man, like crawling out of bed trying to like rap out of this.
I
I was like,
know.
yo, that was the worst shit I've ever heard in my life.
Like he even says it again on Push Up. I might take your latest girl, cuff her like
listen
I'm
to that.
Ricky.
Okay.
Can't believe he jumping in. This nigga turned 50, which I was like, yeah,
Dude
Ricky
has
deserves.
references from fucking Trailer Park Boys. Dude, what?
Wait, tell me about that Trailer Park Boy. What?
No, he was saying because you said Ricky. Because
well,
and
Rick
he thought it
Ross.
was Ricky from Trailer Park Boys, the
No,
guy
it's
that
Rick
drinks the
Ross.
shit ton.
You know Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He was
But I
making
thought
he was
just-
making a joke.
Okay, good.
Does he cuff? Whatever.
No.
He doesn't rap, dude.
It could be,
He's an
it could be.
alcoholic.
But cuff him,
in a
yeah,
show.
but with the cuffs.
It could honestly, it could be.
that
Dude,
could be a
yo,
nice.
yo.
That
That
could be
could
a
be.
nice double entendre.
Yeah.
actually.
could be a
'cause
double
he
entendre.
cuffs himself to people sometimes. Do you guys, y'all don't watch that show enough.
The way
That
you
is
look
true.
at us.
But anyways, he says
It's
every
as long as Game of Thrones. I don't have time.
honestly,
And
yeah.
there's like 7
Yeah,
movies.
but so much better.
Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy. Spend that little check you
Who's
got and
Jizzy?
stay up. Drizzy,
Oh,
Drizzy Drake.
my bad.
Oh.
I heard Jizzy.
He wrote that after
My
the
male
leak.
brain.
So he did this. These were pretty fun. Like I like these lines. I was like, yeah, I can bop to this. This is pretty fun and everything. So like not even like right after that, he drops his most controversial one, which was Tailor Made Freestyle. Like not too long, like literally the same day he drops Tailor Made Freestyle. I don't have it on me now, but it's all AI. Well, not all. Well, maybe,
all
but
AI.
it
Might as well be.
the first the
70%
first three.
AI. And by the way, the AI was better than Drake.
He drops the AI stuff, and it's Tupac and AI Tupac and AI Snoop Dogg,
Feel me?
kind of like talking to Kendrick, making it like talking to Kendrick, like dissing him through them as well, and Drake at the end dissing him as well about it, like still talking about the Taylor Swift stuff, and now he's taunting him, being like, "Oh, what's taking you so long to respond to me? You haven't said anything, blah blah blah. What's taking you so long?" Which are hilarious words to have, Holly hindsight and everything. But anyways, he's having that. So at this point, everybody's like, "Wow, Drake's got him!" Like with 2 of them in the in the chamber, two disses in the chamber. What is Kendrick gonna say?
Also, the way it was flowing was every time Drake would release one, like maybe like I'd say like 3 of them by that point were like, all right, you could like kind of like you can bump this at the club, you know what I mean? And then like Kendrick's was very like, you listen to this for the tea and then you just fucking stop listening to it. But then I'm guessing after that, like I guess he heard that sentiment, and also it was in one of his disses where he was like, you know, I make mine for the club, you make yours for like whatever.
Conscious.
Yeah.
I'll get to that.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just teeing you up. I'm teeing you up.
I have Euphoria though.
That's the thing. So someday.
Zendaya is amazing. And Sydney Sweeney.
So 3 days, like 3 days pass. Tailor Made Freestyle does get taken down. He has to take it down because Tupac's estate is not happy with having AI Tupac, obviously.
That sounded like the most like surreal shit I heard when I saw like the headline for that.
You're like,
diss
what
track.
the
Like,
fuck?
Drake uses AI like to feature Tupac and Snoop Dogg in his diss track. I'm like, what?
What the fuck? Everybody's like,
Can we
"What?"
queue up Snoop Dogg's response to all this?
If you want to,
Snoop Dogg
do you have
was
it
like,
on
I'm
you?
going to bed,
Snoop
man.
Dogg
Fuck this.
immediately being like, I don't know what this is going
He
to be
got
about.
woken up like by a bunch of texts, and then he decides to.
He
just
doesn't even
drop-
know who Drake is.
He doesn't know who Drake is anymore. After 3 days, Euphoria drops, which is Kendrick's first response. And Euphoria, this is where this is when you really have to start dissecting stuff, because this is where it gets a lot deeper. Like this is when it genuinely starts to get spiderwebby in its thing.
This is where I started to get in
Me too.
because this came out
I'll-
and this was dope.
Me too. I was like, now I got
It's
interested.
when shit got really personal.
Yeah. So first of all, just the title name Euphoria, and we're gonna talk the cover arts too because they're important. The cover art on it is Euphoria, and the noun like
Is it because Euphoria is a more intense version of Degrassi?
no, but
That'd be a good. That'd be a good
maybe.
reason.
But Euphoria, he specifically named it that way because Drake is a producer of the show Euphoria. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's a producer.
I did not fucking know. That.
And
I would have suspected The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is the idol.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
Which
I
is
guess there's
funny,
some
too.
sort of weird Canadian music artist
Canadians
pipeline
love that shit.
to HBO Sam Levinson shows.
I don't know. I don't know what's the correlation to that, but it's that there's the other double entendre with Euphoria being known for sexualizing teenagers. So there's that too.
Oh, that shit, big brain, low key.
There you go.
You know where I was about to say that.
I'm telling you, that's what I think that is. So it starts out where there's 3 beat switches in Euphoria, which is like that's pretty big to do in a diss that maybe took you 3 days to write. Maybe like I don't know how long it took him. I don't know how long he maybe had in the bag, but he did 3 beat switches.
3 beats, or you just had to piss 3 times while recording.
What?
Every time he was just like, I gotta take a piss. And then I'll be back.
Ah shit.
Shit,
What was my beat again? All right, I'm gonna switch it up anyways.
Couldn't find on YouTube anymore. Like, fuck, I just did this one.
He was playing this on shuffle when he came back. He was like, fuck, man, now I gotta rip to this.
The first part of it, it's him going a bit slow where he's like almost menacingly just like starts talking shit about Drake, where he's like, you're moving like a degenerate, every antic is feeling distasteful. And one particular line, I calculate you're not as calculated, I can even predict your angle, which that's gonna come back in a big way later on, but keep that in mind. Like with Kendrick stuff, it's like you gotta memorize this shit because it's definitely coming back later on. So continuing, fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale, a pathetic master manipulator, I can smell the tails on you now. He continues a bit more until it goes to like the end, which is like very telling, especially. Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell no truths about you. Which is like
The beat fucking comes up.
you can hear the excitement on Nick. Nick, I remember you texted this to me. It's like, have you heard? Have you heard the good word?
Have you heard? The word of the Lord.
Let me talk to you about Jesus today.
Oh Lord Jesus, the Lord has delivered.
He has re-sanctified our nation.
Nick almost turned into like a gospel choir preacher, man. I was like, oh shit. So he comes in now, like second verse, all hype. And this is, I call Euphoria as like a choose your own adventure because I specifically think he did those 3 beat switches because EB was almost as to Drake, what do you want to choose? Do you want to choose to get vicious? Do you want to choose to get funny? Because I can be funny too. I can give you little funny lines to push you back with too. Or do you really want me to start like making allegations? Like that's how I saw it. It was like a choose your own adventure. Because like second verse, there's like it's more like jokey, like hit backs and everything, but still, you know, like hitting and everything. He's like, I'd rather like what was it? Oh, there's like some he does double entendres as well, and like a play on words where he's like dementia run in his family, but let it get shaky. I'll park his son, Parkinson's, and everything, stuff like that too. Yeah. Just like cute little bars as well, like
John was
just
telling
like
me
push-ups.
that Kendrick had an inside man.
I'll get to that.
Ah, okay.
This is what I'm saying is like this second verse is more like ha ha ha, like you know.
But who is that?
Let's
in the
be
bar,
funny.
doesn't he say master somebody?
Master Manip.
Yeah,
He doesn't say the name of whoever that guy is.
Okay.
He does
I
not.
thought it was a name drop.
Oh no, he doesn't. So now the verse comes in where again he's making fun like of how like Canadians talk to like Canadian Toronto talk. He's like, don't speak on the family, Crody. Crody is I think is like Drake's dog or cat. I don't remember. He called one of them Crody, but he's like, it can deepen the family, Crody. Again, more warnings upon warnings on him. One of my favorite. Oh yeah, ain't 20 v1. It's 1v20. If I gotta smack niggas that right with you, I thought was really funny as well.
Damn, I missed that line.
That's a great line too. Oh, it's so funny. Other reference to his stuff. He's like where he also drops that Drake tried to send a cease and desist on like that. The first thing too, which is pretty crazy. It's like, Why would you send
That's the
that?
biggest bitch move
That's a bitch move
I've ever met.
That's a very big move. He's like, try cease and desist on Like That record. Oh, what? You ain't like that record? Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record. And it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, shit. Like, you really try to.
It's like Drake's secret weapon, like arsenal. It's just his lawyer.
Basically that. His Lauren
Shows up in his suit and dies. Like, we're gonna end this tonight.
there's like, that's ho shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that, which was really funny. I was like, oh
Nothing about
shit,
that.
nothing about that. Again, he's doing like funny voices, doing beat switches and everything, like showing also he has
It's
versatility.
dope.
Like it's really dope for like something that should have been like
Like,
not that
to
long.
Me, to me, that's a song like I play it like all the time.
It's really
Like,
fun.
ever since it's released, I listen to it every goddamn day.
Tell me you cheesing, fam. Like those funny little shit to do. And then he ends it with, "We don't want to hear you say nigga no more," which damn.
But
He revoked his black
Like,
card.
revoking
even that
his
whole
nigga
thing, like
pass.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
That's the thing. Oh shit,
Dude.
yeah. I completely forgot about that because there was
that's
so much
fucking
shit.
Dope.
Where he goes in. Oh my god. But yeah, like there's a whole part where it's funny. My favorite part is when he says is like, "Oh, some things you just say is cringeworthy. It don't even gotta be deep, I guess." Like just showing
yeah.
I was like, I don't even give a
love
fuck.
that one.
That's my favorite.
I love that one.
It's my
that was
favorite.
fucked.
That's right after he says the thing about
Oh,
like
talking, yeah, the way that you talk.
no, but it's about like he says like I don't like when you say the word,
Nigga, yeah.
and it's like it's just cringy. It doesn't have to be that deep, I guess.
No. I think he's like, and some shit is just cringeworthy.
Cringeworthy,
It
yeah.
doesn't even have to be that deep. Like,
There you
like,
go.
like things where like I don't feel the need like to come up with deep reasons, you know, like
To hate you,
in terms
too.
of art, in terms of race, in terms of like anything to not like you. You're also just fucking cringeworthy, like as a
what it is.
person.
Which I love. That's why it's my
That's what I like
favorite line,
about it is like
'cause it's so
even
funny.
simply as a person, forget these big abstract ideas.
Yeah.
I don't like you because you fucking suck.
But that's,
Like,
that's the thing about it. But I thought he was like, I don't like you saying that word
I'll tell
because
you.
you're just
I'll tell you that, but he said, "I hate the way that you walk, the way you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request, which is interesting. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate the way you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess." Then he says, "Some shit just cringeworthy. It ain't even got to be deep, I guess," which is really funny. That's why funny. I almost missed when I see you.
I guess it's just me. I guess closes that.
It closes
then
that.
Some shit
wanna
is
see it?
cringeworthy. Yeah.
There you go. I'll show you. Where is it? Yeah, see? But that's just me, I guess.
It's
Some
your
shit just
bestie,
see how like
Miss Westy.
it
Don't
feels
try
like
to set
it
me.
stops there a bit.
There's gonna be an Adonis
in the
and
song.
himself.
To me, it doesn't.
Ah,
sound
yeah.
that.
Bring in Adonis.
Bring in the kids.
I
You brought out
think
the kids.
I think it
bring
does.
out the
Like it
kids.
stops there just to be like it to go on to something else. Because the reason why I say that, because not right after, but a little later, he's like, "When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with him," which is really fucking funny.
That's just brutal.
That was a brutal thing too. But anyways, so he had a lot of these lines, which that also got really popular because people were like, "Oh, we were clamoring for you to drop. You dropped the pretty big one," which is really funny. And just to be an asshole like Drake was, he drops 616.
But that's
right after as
that's
well.
the one where he like kind of responds to not being a club banger. Like since his other songs for Drake was like, okay, I can low-key bump this in the club, and his was like very like, I'll listen to this once, but then it's kind of over. That's when he started responding to the fact, you want to be catchy, I can be catchy, you know.
So like I said, so if Euphoria was like the choose your own adventure, 616 was a lot more pushing on the warning now. Now as in like, so like not only just a warning of like I can go deeper, but other types of warning as well, with lyrics like, "Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?" Like starting to let go as like, hey, you might have like some people in your camp that aren't really in your camp, and that might be giving me some information. And again, we have to look at the cover art, which is a glove. I think it's like a glove for like a type of car, and it's like zoomed in picture, so you know there's more to that picture. and people were
This
confused.
is really just sending messages to each other.
No, this is like it's like pictures to each other, basically, kind of thing. It's been like, like I got shit on you.
See, when you're that famous, you don't send memes to each other. You just send fucking.
So he drops all of this, and like I said, 616 starting to be a lot more like, hey, like I got shit on you. I got maybe people in your group.
Loki looks like if the glove fits, you'll wear it.
That's
vibe.
that's the thing.
Right.
Like
It's like
again, you can come up with so much. This is what I like about Kendrick, because with Kendrick, he can drop one thing and it could mean 5 other things. Like specifically with Drake, it's you can see puns, entendres, but with Drake it can be pretty clear and dry.
I got a theory.
Go.
What if this, like him putting this as the cover, is actually like the inside man sent him that picture? So now he's like, look, you see, like, because
Those
it
are
looks like a
Drake's-
Toronto's Raptors jersey in the back
Well,
too.
They're Drake's driving gloves.
And it might be his driving gloves, or so
Yo.
it's like, you see, I got somebody in your camp type thing, you know?
Drake wears driving gloves.
I know.
Well, that means
Well, I mean, depending on the
millionaire.
car you got, you kind of want to drive you want to have like a
low
driving
key,
glove.
like you see, like watch your back type thing, and then like maybe destroy him from the inside type thing.
So you anyway, you'll see. So yeah, so he goes in a lot more, saying 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty, and 1 of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle, just don't got the audacity to tell you.
It could be me, Drake. I'm on your side.
So that drops.
skies are blue. That voice went in somewhere else.
I can tell. Holy shit. Drake's comeback. He's hitting back with Louis Armstrong. Woo!
Kendrick Lamar, you are a bitch. I hate you. You smell like poo poo.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a dick joke, but sure. I almost had like the bingo card. On my bingo, I never thought I'd get me singing Louis Armstrong. So now that Kendrick dropped like the extra track, because Taylor made he technically responded to Taylor Made's freestyle, but you know, like Taylor Made's freestyle is not now considered really as a diss track.
Feel me?
It's not really considered. So like Kendrick has a bit of an up on this right now. So Drake, there's a
bit.
There's a wait. There's a theory that Drake probably might have wanted to take his time dropping his next one, but now was a bit more pressed by Kendrick's like double drop on that day. So he drops Family Matters. And Family Matters is a good one too. And he goes in kind of hard. The thing is, personally, I find it a little all over the place, because he's not just dissing Kendrick, he's dissing Rick Ross again, which I'm like, really? Like nobody gives a shit about what
Also,
Rick Ross
it's
has
not
to
that
say.
clever. I find like he just says like, oh you beat your wife, oh this and that. Like it's not these like clever like word plays either. It's like he's just saying mean shit about Kendrick.
He's just trying to like dig, like put the tombstone on Rick Ross, and then he'll move on.
That's the thing, but it's also like, well, Kendrick's like on your neck right now, so like, how about you let go of the other 2? That doesn't really matter, because he threw some shade at ASAP and Metro again, and I'm like, Metro, like you already got him with one line, that's fine. That one line was funny because you made it look like he was unconsequential, which is the best way to like dismiss him that way. So you let that go. You don't come back, because he's like, just like how Metro nigga slimed it for his main sweep. He's like, no, let go. You have to focus on Kendrick. But he did have some good bars. Some questionable. Others I'm like, yeah, it's good bars. Where he's like, don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees, which is a good money tree allegation. Say you hate the girls I fuck, but what you really mean? I've been with black and white and everything that's been in between. You the black messiah wifing up a mixed queen, which I'm like, yeah, but you're mixed too. I'm confused where you're going with that. But I understand what he meant, as in like, well, like you're talking about all that, but you've only been like with mixed. And Kendrick did cheat on her with a white girl. So it's like that those are good bars to go. Those are good things to attack.
But he's not against.
No, I'm not.
fuck-
No, I'm not saying that. But the thing is, if Kendrick portrays himself that way and talks about like it's a good bar still to hit, where like, well, you're talking about black, but you seem to be going after whiter and whiter chicks. Considering Kendrick's also talking shit about how Drake's treats black women, which
But I think he goes
we
on
get
how
thrown
he
in
treats
shit
all
forever.
women though. Like that's what I got.
what?
How Drake treats all women. Like
Yeah,
shit.
but like also specifically black women. There's like been a lot of bars about that too.
Okay.
So he says that, which I'm like, those are good hits. He's like, hit Vanilla Cream to help out with your self-esteem. Then he starts dropping the first allegation on some Bobby shit. I want to know what Whitney need, which is double because Whitney's is Kendrick's fiance, but also Whitney Houston, who used to get beat up by Bobby, which was her husband at the time and everything, but when she was alive also as well. So those are I find those are good bars, and if that's true, which I would lose a lot of respect for Kendrick, but if that's true, we don't know if that's true too, because now he's starting to go a bit bigger on these allegations as well, before just kind of going everywhere and like talking shit about too. What the fuck? I heard Rick drop nigga talking something about a nose job nigga, because Rick said alleged that he had a nose job.
Reminder, if you're tuning into the podcast at this point, Priscilla's Haitian.
Oh yeah, I'm black. Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy.
Nick couldn't read this episode.
Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy, and doctor never told y'all niggers. So he's saying Rick Ross has Ozempic. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because that's
why was
gonna
there
come back
multiple
later.
Ozempic lines?
Yeah, I'll get to that later. Sorry, it's a lot of I get because it's
Are
Kendrick.
they all on Ozempic?
It's all on. It's because it's Kendrick. So it's like body after fucking body.
Start talking about cocks again.
So he talks about it, and I'm gonna get towards the end where he specifically says like the biggest line I find. Even he did a bit of beat switches in this one too, like where he goes from singing to rapping and everything. I think it was like an effort to respond back to the Euphoria's versatility, which I'm not against. I don't think it's as well done as Euphoria, but it's been done. He's doing
To
it.
me, it did feel like the switches were
Mm-hmm.
literally like a different person writing those. Like, it
As a
really felt
different
like
ghostwriter.
It felt like he kept starting a song over.
I get
And
what
by
you mean.
like I didn't finish it because by the third one I was like, I'm not gonna listen to a third song.
He got
Like-
Taylor Swift to ghostwrite a little rap song for him.
I just like that I lose a lot of respect when I feel like he didn't
There
write
wasn't
the
no
thing.
verses about being in the back of a car or in the back of a bar for it to be Taylor Swift as ghostwriter.
That's true. So they put your hands on your girl. Is it self-defense because she's bigger than you? Your back is up against the
You
curb.
short king?
Yeah. It's like you digging for dirt, should be digging for proof. Why did you move to New York? It's because you're living that bachelor life. So he's insinuating that Kendrick is cheat. Even though Kendrick mentioned that he cheated.
Kendrick is putting up this idea of being some sort of a family man, the moral man, whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, why are you living the bachelor life?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Which is, again, good
Even
bar. I'm
claiming
like,
to
that's
be
a
a
good hit to
Messiah.
do.
I give that point.
It's a good hit to do. Proposed in
Is he actually
2015.
living away from his family?
He might have. We don't know the situation.
So
yet.
it might
That's
be
the
for
thing.
recording reasons.
It could be for that.
He
too.
might not be public about it because he's trying to keep it all secret.
He might be pulling like a Kanye, you know, man? Like just rents a hotel for months and months and writes his album and then
Lives in a desert.
Thinks he's on Arrakis.
Starts having like the Paul Atreides fucking style. Anyway, proposed in 2015, but don't want to make her your actual wife. I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening, right? Cheating stuff happened. Kendrick admitted it. Big Morale, like Big Steppers and the Mr. Morale talks a lot about that as well. So I'm like, this is news we already know, but now he's alleging that he's continuing that, and maybe that's why they haven't gotten married. So there's that too. Then he's now saying towards the end where he says they hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen. The picture you painted ain't what it seemed. You're dead. Stuff like that. That's how he ends it. So that's what it's the most serious we've seen Drake in a while, where he's like actually giving out some hits now. And I'm like, yeah, those are good hits.
Right.
These are like pretty good hits. Now, unfortunately, and like he put some big allegations. So now we need to see some proof on that too, which is harder on Kendrick's side because it's kind of only his wife that can say if that happened, or people who saw
And his
it.
life is a lot more private than Drake's. That's why when every time he gets into these beef where it gets really personal, he's always at like a disadvantage
Yeah.
where it feels like he's punching up than punching down.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's fighting against like so many people publicizing him,
That's the thing. So all of that happened. So again, I personally found it was a pretty good diss track. The unfortunate thing is, not even 20 minutes later, Kendrick drops his response called "Meet the Grahams,"
Not a banger that you play in your car.
it's not a.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
It's serial
aggressive.
killer. Yeah, it's serial killer level.
It's aggressive, but like
this is aggressive.
it's very like calm and like
It's calm in
serial killer vibes.
voice, but it's definitely not calm in lyrics.
This is a man with a twitching eye at the corner of the McDonald's.
The memes were like, Kendrick is the type of guy that stares at you from across the road, like menacingly, and then when a bus drives by, he's gone.
not there. You ever saw Seven Psychos?
Yeah.
Kendrick is the Quaker.
So again, not even 20 minutes later, he drops Meet the Grahams, which if people don't know, Grahams is Drake's last name. His full name, I think, is Aubrey Graham. He might have like a third name in there. I don't know. But I know
Walwitz.
that's his name, Aubrey Graham. It's
What an
unfortunate.
asshole parent named their son Aubrey.
Aubrey.
She didn't know he was
Well,
gonna
they're
be a
Jewish.
rapper.
It might be a Jewish name. It might be a more
It
Jewish
really
name.
sounds like he wears khakis.
He was supposed to be a banker.
He was conceived in khakis.
He was supposed to be a banker. Yes, that's true. But no, that's the thing. So like again, not even 20 minutes later, he drops with Meet the Grahams, which sounds very much like Family Matters, how they're both talking about families, which immediately not only proving that there is something of the effect that maybe he does have somebody on the inside. But again, if we look at the cover art, now that picture of that glove is zoomed down. Now you see a shirt, but you see pills. And on the pills, it's Ozempic. And it's addressed to whom? Aubrey Graham. Which is double scary because it's the joke of like, well, you're talking shit about Rick Ross of using Ozempic, but you're using
What
it
is
as well.
Ozempic?
It's not weight loss. It's for people who it's for diabetes. It's like to treat diabetes, but people have been using it at leisure because it helps a lot with weight loss. The thing is, it gives you terrible headaches, and if you get off of it, you're gonna gain that weight back. But if you use it, you do lose weight because you don't want to eat really much.
So that's how he got his abs.
There's other stuff alleged on that too. But anyways, so
Is that the Brazilian lines?
yes.
Yeah.
So that
There's some lines about Brazil. I'm thinking plastic surgery.
Okay, yeah.
there's even
So
funnier
the glove
stuff
was a
about that, too.
Maybach glove.
Yeah, Maybach gloves. So that's why it's like now you see that it's Drake stuff on it, and even on Genius they had to like black out that cover art, which I'm like, oops, now it actually really might be completely true that not only has a man on the inside that has access to Drake's pills, to Drake's shit. So that's a close
That's
guy.
actually fucking spooky.
That's what I mean. That
That's a
was
scary
genuinely
one.
terrifying. That's why I
That's
called it
that's
serial
getting
killer.
a picture of yourself sleeping.
Oh my god.
Like,
It's like 2 degrees away from that. Like I'm not even kidding.
Kendrick is on like. Have you seen Creep?
Yeah.
Kendrick is on Creep level.
So
Gotta watch Creep. It's good.
by having this scary shit, it starts out with I think some of the most. Did you want to show more like the picture or anything?
I
or did
mean,
you-
if I don't Nick wants.
yeah, like just in case.
What's the receipts on the picture?
Receipts are
receipts?
receipts for the Ozempic pills and
Oh,
like, other
okay.
stuff.
And
Okay.
one receipt is for like there's a prescription at the bottom right, which is for the his pharmacy receipt, and then after that there's the pharmacy like the shirt, the
Fucking
receipt for the shirt.
spooky
gift
indeed.
card.
It's so spooky. So you have that. And he starts out the verse, which I feel is the most disrespectful, saying, "Dear Adonis," immediately addressing his own son and says, "I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest." And I'm like, and continuing basically being like, "You don't got a dad, but I'll be your mentor. Like, I'll father you." Like, and you're like, Jesus Christ. Let me be your mentor since your daddy don't teach you shit. never let a, if people didn't understand that, like, never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. It's referring to a time where T.I. and Drake were like at like a movie theater and T.I. got like blackout drunk. And I don't know how that happened. Maybe they were pissing next to each other, but I think he pissed on his leg.
On Drake's leg?
On Drake's leg, yes.
Oh.
Drake like let it go. He was like, he's blackout and everything. But like it's been referred. Meek Mill brought that up in their fight, and T.I. admitted it as well. But he was just like, but he's like such a good guy. Like we didn't get in a fight over it. So that's why he mentions never let a man piss on your leg type of thing. But there's also the double entendre of like, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, as in don't lie type of thing, which would come back to the whole lying stuff as well. And
Well, talking to his son, he's like, "Don't let your daddy be lying to you."
there's that too. That's the thing. So he's like, never code switch, whether right or wrong, you a black man, which also now brings up to the point where people thought he had a problem because he was half black. But he was trying to say like, no, I don't have a problem because he's half black, because like, I think you are like more than that. Like, I think you want to really fuck up the culture. I think you're really a culture vulture.
He's a fourth black now.
That's the thing, like Adonis, yeah. But that's why I find it's even extra disrespectful, because Drake has been struggling with that. So him saying is like, no, you black. I don't think your daddy is though. Like just to be extra disrespectful.
Like he's got more street cred than you.
Exactly. So I was like, ooh. And then as it can't understand me right now, just play this when you're 18. And I'm like, how you gonna like smack on a child? Like,
Right,
I was
for
like,
real.
that's fucked up. Then he goes in verse 2.
Adonis turns 18. He's like, Dad, I feel like I was supposed to do something. No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
You weren't supposed to do shit.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Play some drums. Verse 2, now he says, Dear Sandra, which is his mom. This is Drake's mom, which, wow. Your son got some habits. I hope you don't undermine them, especially with all the girls that hurt inside this climate. Referring to how Drake fucks with women, but like discards them or like is really mean or other allegations. And then he talks through with the mom. He says, Dear Dennis, which is Drake's deadbeat dad. I'm allowed to say he's a deadbeat dad because he's a deadbeat dad. You gave birth to a master manipulator, even using you to prove he is a huge favor, which is a fucked up double thing, as in Dennis uses Drake a lot to get clout because Drake is rich and famous. But he's also insinuating that Drake uses Dennis to be like, but this is my black heritage. As in, this is where my blackness comes from type of thing, which is also pretty
Drake
fucked
does
up.
not look like his dad for shit.
No, he does. Oh, he does.
Does he?
Yes, he does. Let me
What?
show you a picture. Like, especially on the album More Life.
The album
Yo.
cover, he looks a lot like Andrew Tate's dad.
No. Look, that's like his, because the
Oh,
album
shit,
cover
not
of
at
More
all.
Life is Drake's dad. Come on. That's Drake's face.
I guess I saw.
Yeah, that's Drake's face. Come on.
I saw.
Like
I saw
look at that.
some different pictures.
That's his dad. That's Drake's dad. Yeah, that's Drake's face. So if you guys don't believe me, go on More Life. On that album cover, it's Drake's dad when he was younger. That's Drake's face.
Okay, I guess, like the newer pictures, like just when he's older, it's different.
Yeah, but
Yeah, okay,
his
that's-
face changed a bit, but
that's
like,
the
yeah.
only
Definitely
picture
the
I've ever
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he continues. He's like, he got sex offenders on Hovio that he keeps on a monthly allowance, which is like one big accusation he's doing. A child should never be compromised, and he keeps his child around them. It's like, ooh, cooked up shit right there. So it's like, oof, my God. He just said to his parents that you guys raised a pedo. Like, that's what he's like insinuating, like somebody that's also friends with him. Then he continues on some like really specific shit. He's like, I've been in this industry 12 years. I'm gonna tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside their homes and calling them tender. But he's also playing on the word Tinder, because Drake had that thing where he had his own personal Tinder, which was really weird, where they would interview specific girls, and if one of them would be the most bad for Drake, they would drive that girl to Drake and then drive her back, type of thing, almost like his own Tinder type of thing. Yeah. It's a
Right
lot of
there,
things.
well, it's kind of like a hooker service.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah,
Sounds like if somebody had a little more money, he'd have himself an island.
dun, dun, dun.
I think he has that money at that point.
So that's what he said. He's like, the embassy, which is referring to Drake's estate, about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time. He's dropping all this shit.
Island boy.
Then another big accusation he's doing. He says, "Dear baby girl," and then people's like, "Who is he referring to?"
Dun dun dun.
He says, "I'm sorry that your father's not active inside your world." And it was really hilarious watching the commentators watch this because they were like, "No, Drake, not again." Where now it's alleged that he might have a second child that he's been hiding and
Out of
everything.
wedlock.
Every
Like,
time he beefs, he's got a kid
he's
somewhere.
got a kid. And it's worse on this one because he says, "Try to destroy families, then taking care of his own, should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you."
Oh,
So she's older than Adonis if that's true, which is like, oh man. It's like, dude, like, how did you now get Adonis? But if you have a little girl, how did you not? Anyway, so now he's putting that out there as well that he has. And then he ends with basically saying, you got, like, he's basically doing a therapy session for each member of the family and talking shit about Aubrey to them. And
there's some points where he's just straight up doing journalism.
oh yeah, it's somebody said Pulitzer winning journalism, which was perfect. He says you got gambling problems, drinking problem, pill popping and spending problems, bad with money, whorehouse soliciting women problems. Therapy's a lovely start, but my favorite line, I suggest some ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom, which I love. I'm like, that's such a good bar. He has all of this. So Drake comes out with saying, "You beat your wife." Kendrick comes out with, "You hang out with pedophiles, you're a pedophile, and you got another kid," which is like, Jesus Christ. And also coming out with I knew not only how predictable you are, but I knew you were going to drop shit about my family, because in Euphoria, he mentions that. He mentions, it's like, "You're going to talk shit about my family. Do you really want to do that?"
And
In 616, he's continuing that.
This was
too.
recorded before it came out.
Yes.
Because I mean, you can't spin
Not in
Most
20
things are
minutes.
recorded before they come out.
No, I'm saying, no.
I know what you mean. I was just being an
Before the
asshole.
other one,
I was
yeah,
just being an asshole.
before the other one came out, like,
Yeah.
because goddamn.
But so all of this was crazy dropping this. Basic, again, like a serial killer. Like some people were being like, "Yo, I listened to this curling in my bed, hoping Kendrick wasn't gonna come kill me next." Type of shit.
It's like you click the button to like shut the bunker door,
yeah, you're like,
and then you turn around and like Kendrick's right there.
right behind.
Turns
you.
out, surprise, surprise, Kendrick is the John Wayne Gacy of rap. Like, holy shit.
He's like in what's it called, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the first kill you get where like he just jumps out of the closet, fucking yanks the guy back in and closes it. Like, that's Kendrick. So again, having all of that, all the stuff that he predicted in Euphoria coming back at him, also saying, "I won't tell no lie. You don't tell no lies about me," predicting that he was going to say some lies. Again, I'm saying this in quotation. We don't know what's verified yet, but he's saying he already prefaced that by saying that.
He really might have had an inside track on like a lot of it, like the writing process,
Yep.
everything.
And
Yep.
even like things that Drake thinks he knows about Kendrick.
Yeah.
Like we're like, okay, imagine this story, right?
Yeah.
There's a fight years ago, maybe like when they're young, Kendrick slaps his girlfriend once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, they happen, who knows? And now there's this big thing of, he beats the shit out of his wife. And he knows.
I would still
but I'm saying, go with the story, go with the story, right?
Yeah.
Then this huge rumor comes around, blah, 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 blah. And Kendrick knows this. And so he knows, like, okay, this thing's gonna,
This is what he's
story's
gonna say.
come up because, like, these are rumors in the inside about me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, these things, they happen where you know exactly what people talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't know what the fuck happened with Drake or whatever, with Kendrick or whatever.
That's the
But
thing. But that's the thing. It's like it's hard to get information on that, and you can even say on Family Matters that it's hard because he does drop those two, and it is like, whoa, those are big accusations. But like Kendrick on his other accusation is on his next. Like he dedicated full verses to it. But for Drake, it's like 2 times in a long rap about multiple other people as well. So it's not as focused. And you're not sure how much information he really has on that. Because like, again, Kendrick also coming out again being like, I got pictures inside your house.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I got somebody on the side. I dropped my shit calling the same, like my title is like the same as your title, talking shit about your family in a worse way because I knew you were gonna do it. So
like
that's
Drake gave him a noogie, and then Kendrick just like kicked out his legs, and then just kept jumping him and jumping him and jumping.
Kendrick dropped him like a trap. It was a trap. 616 was a trap. Just to be like, oh, I double drop. You better do this quick. So he dropped this to be like, oh, I got you again. Like, not even 20 minutes. So disrespectful. People didn't even have time to finish the song, and they were about to analyze it. And they're like, oh shit, he dropped. Well, now we got to go to him. And now he made it worse. So you're like, fuck. So yeah, I do
So
have
now
to
they
applaud,
can't talk about the first
Shaq
song
moves.
without putting Kendrick in the next breath.
That's the thing, and that was like the smart idea. Only for Kendrick again to drop another song a few hours to this one called "Not Like Us" right after,
Dope beats.
with the cover art of Drake's estate, like from Google Maps up.
Oh yeah, with like 20 dots.
There's 20 red dots of people, but that represents sex offenders. It's like if there's a sex offender in your area.
Damn.
Like
Well,
30 of them.
the child predator in here. Yeah.
Damn. Yo, that's
John
fucking-
just got that. His jaw dropped.
And I was like, yikes.
That is fucked up.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's fucked up. Like I was about.
Shit.
It's so funny because yesterday I was high as hell, like listening to all this shit. I was about to go to sleep, and then he drops this, and I literally threw my phone. I was like, no. I was like, not again. I was like, you can't do this to me again.
You can't do this to me no more.
It was crazy because he. I forgot to say that in Euphoria, he drops like. It's really fun. Haley Joel Osment must be the most happy that he's ever been because he was named in Euphoria making a joke like, am I battling ghost or AI? And Haley Joel Osment being in The Sixth Sense and everything. So he says that. And then he starts Not Like Us with I see dead people. Just like confirming how much is it. It's to the point
Or
where
how like short the distance between
How much
recording.
they're connected?
what?
Like how much Euphoria and
Euphoria is again. I feel like Euphoria was like giving tidbits on like maybe what the other tracks might be, but Euphoria is connected to Not Like Us, but it's also connected to Meet the Grahams.
Yeah.
Because he also talked about like there's some shit I know, and when he said is like raising your son, you know nothing about that. He might have already had the daughter in mind as well. Like there's like a lot of things like that too. But yeah, and
Don't
the
know
fact
about that.
don't know about that.
Yo.
He's low-key releasing like a Drake Hidden Files like
Hidden Files or Hidden Album? I think it's an album. At
it's
this point,
literally
I think he has a full album against Drake. But I'm gonna tell you guys later as well.
Well, at this point, it's a fucking EP.
Yeah, it is an EP.
I
There's
mean,
like
yo.
5 songs already that already constitute an EP. So he says, I see dead people, and then it's Mustard on the beat, which is an insult as well because Drake is close to YG and Mustard, DJ Mustard.
Mustard.
I don't know why he
So
called him
weird.
Mustard,
Yeah,
but he has good beats.
delicious.
It's good
He
beats.
brings it back to the ballpark, you know.
So though, but
Sometimes the dumbest shit wins. Battle.
I agree. But Not Like Us is a bit of a
He's the
switch up.
mustard for Drake's hot dog.
Not Like Us is a switch up for Kendrick because now it's like a full on club beat, which is something that a lot of like the Drake fans that were like following the beef were like, but you can't bump to this and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know why you care.
I must have missed it.
If you guys saw how much times like John trying to like cut in to say that joke, he's like, I just let me say this one.
I got one more.
I got one more in me.
I'm coming back.
He keeps leaning into the mic like,
I completely forgot to say that Drake responded on IG for Meet the Grams, and he.
So that was for Meet the Grams?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So he posted a picture of himself, like, just, like, looking confused. And then he's laughing as, like, oh, nah, like, now y'all are reaching kind of thing. It's, like, where, like, people are saying, now that I have a daughter, like, find me that daughter or anything. The thing is, like, he only responded to the daughter allegations when there's, like, straight up pedophiles.
That's what he was the most heard about.
I was like,
He's like, I already know one of them. Like,
he accused that you and your people are pedophiles. Like, that's like, maybe you should talk about that. Sorry, I'm saying that word a lot.
He's like, Drake, we have to do something. I think it's time you let the daughter allegation come out.
oh my god.
We can't risk it.
But yeah, that was crazy.
Like Don
that
is
he only
2.0.
talked about that. But yes, to go back to not like
Maybe
not
they
like
just
us.
keep making up a new illegitimate Drake child so they could detract from the
Detract
real
from other-
problem.
Honestly, yeah.
From the real secret
real
ring
Honest-
of pedophiles. That
Honestly,
he
yeah.
has. He's just like, we need another kid.
They're like, don't find my pedophiles. Just find my kid.
So he continues in Not Like Us to press on those allegations as well, where he says, say, Drake, I hear you like him young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubbs is a notable guy in his group. The only one that gets your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. Like basically saying like some of them are like dead broke under you like Chubbs.
And he does cocaine.
In party. Yeah, well, he's talking about party because he's at party at the party, which is party next door. Another dude with him does a lot of cocaine, also has drug addictions because he's been saying that they have addictions as well. Like they have serious addictions as well. Then a big one, which has been confirmed, Baca, who's Drake's bodyguard, got a weird case. Why is he around? And it's been known that like he has convictions and cases of like, you know, sex trafficking and like imposing himself on his girlfriend who is 15 years younger, so underage and everything. Like he's got that. Like he is verified. His bodyguard.
Baca?
Yeah. His
Sussy Baca?
yeah.
Dumbass. What?
That was for the kids.
That's for the children.
Sometimes I could just picture John like running across the room, being like, "Wait, I got one." Sissy Baka.
Sissy Baca.
And like 3 people
Sucky Like
no one
That's
knows.
for fucking Gen Z, okay?
All right.
we are Gen Z and we don't even need that.
Oh god.
So yeah, Baga, like that guy
Can you
has
tell
been
I'm the
known.
youngest here?
Yes.
That's true. Yes,
What?
yes, you are so.
I am.
You're a young ingenue. You're the
youngest.
prettiest. It's okay.
On 3 days.
But let me finish this like banger line because it's a good line. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles, which fucking
Yo.
kills me so much. Anyway, good bar. And again, like I said, Baca, that guy's bodyguard. There was a line I think also long time ago. Drake was saying it's like, we're gonna go on holiday soon as Baca is like back from like wherever he's back from, and now people are speculating that it might have been his prison time for that shit because he did get convicted for it. So it's like, oh, so you can't even say that you didn't know because you had him beforehand. So it's like, yeah. Continues, why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor, which perfect line to sing at the clubs.
Pretty good line.
Oh, and the
Probably
way he
A
drops
minor.
it is definitely for the club to be A minor.
We're gonna talk in that quick OVO line for John. What OVO for? The other vaginal option. It's just so dumb.
I don't
That
know.
one I found that one so dumb.
OVO is like the moisturizer.
No,
No, it's
OVO.
his-
It's his
it's the company.
Drake's
His
Drake's
record
company. You know the owl? OVO?
I have no fucking
Oh, okay.
idea.
It's fine.
He has a clothing line.
Aova?
He
Oh,
has like a little owl over here,
Yeah.
and that's OVO, this company.
Okay.
That's
His record
Just
label.
the,
It's like explaining it to like fucking.
Yo, I swear to
it's
God.
his cream line. It's his cocoa butter.
Dude, I feel old sometimes when I'm running,
It's
guys.
fine. Me too. I understand you. So he continues.
She knows what she's talking about.
It's so good. Then he talks about homie still double down, calling us some slave because Drake in push-ups, I think, he rapped about like, oh no, in Family Matters, it's like you're trying to rap like you're trying to free slaves, and people were like iffy about that line. They're like, okay, what the fuck is that supposed to like? What the fuck is that supposed to be? Are you saying he's
Then he Dave
moralizing or
Chappelled
like
it and said
why
it
are you
twice.
against? Huh? Go for it.
Then he Dave Chappelled it and said it twice.
But so he said, like, homie doubled out, calling us some slave. Atlanta was the Mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda, basically saying that Drake is the same as those people, which is like a hard diss. Then he continues, he says, you run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This is the real nigga challenge. I'm black. You call Future.
Compilation of Priscilla
Yeah,
just letting people know she's got the
You
black
called
card.
Future when you didn't see the club. Little Baby helps you get your lingo up. He's basically now going through a list of artists that would kind of try to like make him feel safe, that he's like, oh no, you're like black enough, because he kept joking with like how many black features until you feel black enough. So he's saying that he's like 21 gave you false street cred. Thug made you feel like a slime in your head. Quavo said you can be from the north side. 2 Chainz says you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague. You're a fucking colonizer, which is like a great. I was like, oh, Jesus. And then to end, the family matter and the truth of the matter, it was God's plan to show y'all the liar. And I'm like, oh,
Damn.
the amount of fucking spider webs. Oh, shit.
Tune in tomorrow for the next bar.
God
So-
damn.
That's the latest one. I'm saying latest.
As of Cinco de Mayo, this is where the
Yeah,
beef is at.
like as a Cinco de Mayo.
They're
Maybe
partying
the next one will
today.
be Cinco de Mayo themed.
Like maybe when I get back home, he might drop another one.
Kendrick, I was about to enjoy this taco, but it seems you've gone wacko.
The jokes have been good too, because there's like a Providential RDC World one, like they do a lot of skits, and like they had one skit before Drake dropped Family Matters, I think. And they were making fun of how Drake was going to respond. He's like, I was really, really trying to keep it PG, but in Family Matters, Drake starts it that way as well with the same cadence. But it's to a point where I'm not sure if he took that meme or he had that already planned before, and that would have been really funny if people already portrayed how he was gonna fucking talk about it. So I was like, oh Jesus. But yeah, memes.
Homie's too predictable after that first Pusha T beef.
Exactly.
Just like, okay.
So for now, this is where we're at with the beef. I don't think it's done. I heard that Drake was gonna be on vacation after Family Matters. So he might be on vacation. I don't know if he's gonna reply. So far, he's been only replying on IG.
Well, that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
Count for shit.
I did want to hear like what you guys' views
Opinions
on all of that. Yeah, like on all of that. I know it's been long, but I've talked a lot, but I want to hear you guys.
I honestly, so the way I feel about it, I mean, I always like Kendrick way more, right?
Oh yeah, let's go around and say who we think has got this.
But for me, without a doubt, it's Kendrick. Like I don't even have to like think about it really at all. Like to me, like just beats and like just quality of song and lyrics to me, and like it's the way it flows, and like Family Matters is a good one, but again, like the way it was written just doesn't feel like
It's him.
him. Yeah, it really, to me, as I'm listening to it, I can just hear 3 different people writing bars. You know, so it's just like that to me kills it. Like I don't enjoy it nearly as much because of that.
The fact that he's pumping it out really fast, also like he doesn't have time to like edit it, produce it like as well. So like I get what Nick says, you know what I mean? Like you can tell a little bit that like he's trying to fast track it, but he's like letting shit slip by. You know?
Yeah.
But Kendrick has always been that kind of. He's this angry fucking dude in a sense.
Yeah.
Where like he wanted this beef more than anyone.
It's like an angry small guy. You know, it's ready to snap. You know.
So he came prepared. He really wanted to do this, like from the get go.
But he says it too. He says like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like stocks plus 5. Like he's insinuating he had 10 diss tracks, including these 5. There's 5 more coming out. That's what he said. That's one line addressing this. So it's like not only he was prepared, he was overly prepared. Like he was overly prepared. So, but it's also the question of like, do you guys think? Because I'm hearing that more too. Is it valid that he had so much prepared?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it works. It works with everything.
Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
For you guys, it's like
Pulled it. Yeah.
This is not a freestyle.
'Cause
So
he came
there's
ready.
no rules
He-
about saying you have to write this at a certain amount of time. Like that 7-minute. Like the 7-minute drill
Which,
for
yeah,
J. Cole.
unfortunately, yeah.
That was unnecessary. Like it was unnecessary. It was
Drake threw the rules out the window when
Yeah.
he made an AI cover. You know.
It's all about logistics, man. You need a good supply chain, and Kendrick has a great supply chain.
yeah, he kind of does.
And if you're gonna like,
And they all sound different, by the way.
if you're gonna
Yeah.
go
Sound
after
different.
somebody, it's like chess. You know, like if you guys are fighting, you want to have the last word. So it's like chess. You gotta plan ahead, and you gotta understand who you're fighting. And then it's like, yo, Kendrick is fucking piecing him up right now.
Like, I kind of agree on that. It's because like I had some people because now he made those allegations, and Kendrick just said like the only thing he really said is that like why believe in him? He's known to be like that's why he keeps repeating master manipulator. Don't tell a lie about me. I won't tell no truth about you. And I'm wondering if that's enough. You know what I mean? Because
What if
these are
Kendrick's manipulating us by making us think?
because I personally
Yo.
believe Kendrick has a lot more to lose than Drake in this fight, other than the crazy allegation. That's like police shit. That's like straight up. You're gonna have to talk to the police
That's
to get
that's some Diddy shit though.
That's the thing. That's why it's like that would go beyond rap fights and everything.
Drake has more to lose.
This is what I mean.
Pretty
Like,
boy image.
Other than that, I'm saying reputation wise, Drake's reputation has always been like low,
Yeah.
back low. People like always call him sus or like they don't take him seriously or anything. So he would be fine. He's gone away from the Pusha T thing like pretty well and everything. But for Kendrick, it's a lot bigger if you were known to be like very like, you know, pro this, pro that, but then you have this like, yeah, okay, it's not as bad as being a straight up pedophile like allegation, but you saying like respect women and then you beat your wife, like your fiance, that doesn't look good on you. That looks
not at all.
pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
And he has a lot more to lose because his reputation is what makes him. His reputation and his lyricism and what he speaks about really makes him. So that's why I'm saying Kendrick would have a lot more to lose on that regard.
Yeah.
The other stuff, it's police shit.
Yeah.
It's up to the
Yeah,
police's hands.
it's like-
like
The
they
law.
gotta
Like
do
the Diddy
shit.
distraction right there. It's like the little smoke bomb for Diddy. He's like, I'm gonna run away.
But
All right. Well, what a goddamn deep dive that was.
my bad. My bad.
That was fucking nuts.
Thank you for listening. As always, I am John. You can find me on Instagram at Director John Ramirez. I am also Deadtime Media. I make movies. I'm posting movies soon, by the way. I'm dropping something this week. Priscilla and I co-directed something that we will be dropping this week.
Whoop whoop.
I am also dropping another short film I directed back in the fall. In a couple of weeks.
He's doing a back to back.
Oh, yes. I am dropping two things.
I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, I'm dropping new shit. So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yep, this is John. Yeah, just make sure to leave, like, if you're just tuning in, you like the show, just give us a little 5-star, you know what I mean? We always appreciate it. If you're seeing this on any other platform, just show some love, you know what I mean? Give us our first comment ever if you got it, you know? And yeah, so thank you guys. Appreciate you. Priscilla.
Hey. At Pixelated Prisca for Instagram. And if you're going to leave something, talk to us. Say that we look cute. I wanna hear y'all say that we look cute. I know you can't see us, but we do look cute.
Talking about cute, I'm
Nicola.
Nicola Serafino. Hey.
Wow.
Follow me on nick.serafino on Instagram, and have a good day. Love you.
Yeah, don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We love you. We're also on Tiki Talkie. Bye. Bye.
We're starting the tiki talkie.
Bye bye.
You stopped, right?
You guys don't know. Yes, he ended it with
Now
the.
I have to tell you. That's okay.
Sorry.
Who do I have to tell you about again?
I gotta take a
Maroon 5. I have to tell you about Maroon 5.
I don't want to know. I don't care. I don't care.
Wait, you're gonna love it.